Welcome to the stream, guys. Tonight I have a very special treat. I'm going to be streaming Metal Gear Solid 3 in HD. Tonight's stream, because of the game's definition of HD, will be in 720p, so it'll be a little easier on the data plans out there. Tried to get this going in 1080p, but there's not really a way without making major adjustments. So here we are. I'm looking forward to it. Bluepoint did a great job of updating this game, and we're gonna jump on in. I do want to check to make sure that this is a fresh save. It is. So this will be a brand new save.
Jack, I've got some important news.
And I think I'm going to start with
the head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
All right, and of course, I'm going to go make coffee
exactly
as I
this wonderful mission?
usually do.
Well,
I'll see you guys soon.
about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB-754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov? Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin to orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story, so why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the West. We used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba, and so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then, a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details.
Okay,
but it appears to be a
heyo.
new kind of nuclear
I am
device. For half
here.
a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear
Welcome,
tests
DS.
at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
Time for the
We're talking about a secret
virtuous
weapon so
mission.
big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No, according to our intelligence, he's in Selino-Yarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
Perfect. And we'll just start there. Virtuous mission. Here we go. Oh. Actually, just a quick hey, just in time. Welcome, welcome, Amanda. I'm about to hit start here. I just showed the briefing tape. And I always forget. It depends on what you pick here. But I'm going to go with, I like MGS2. We're going to play on normal. The intro is a little bit different depending on what you pick there. I'm going to go ahead and...
After the end of World War II, the world
get my
was split into
camera
two.
on.
East and West. This marked the beginning of the era
Nope.
called the Cold War.
I played the briefing tape so that everyone is on the same page of what we're about to enter into with our virtuous mission. Alright, there we go. I'm ready to go. Got my Peace Walker shirt on. And ready to get into it. Kind of excited for tonight's adventure. I haven't played this game in,
Flying over
I'd say
Pakistan,
maybe
altitude
like
30,000 feet.
6 years.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Looking
Commencing internal
forward to it.
depressurization.
And this will be my first time actually playing the HD collection.
All right,
I
you ready to
have
go?
not tried
Drop
Blue
zone still
Point's
showing a high pressure mass.
update.
Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Oh yeah. This is
Put
the
out that
difference
cigar.
when you put it in.
Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector.
I like Metal Gear Solid 2 mode.
Put on your mask.
I've played 2 plenty of times in HD collection, but 3 a lot of times
Does
I'll find
Pennywise know
myself
what he's
playing the
doing?
Japanese version on my PlayStation 2.
Approaching
for the
release
stream
point.
tonight, I really wanted to get the highest
10 minutes to
quality
drop off.
picture.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Which you can already see the difference pretty much right away, that it's not a PlayStation 2 game. Even though it is.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Time for our Halo drop. Pretty impressed.
Sunrise.
There's your theme music. I guess it's actually loud. I'm probably
External temperature minus
a little
46
bit.
degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop
That's
off.
good.
Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout model.
So
This
the
is one for the history books. The world's
the
first
Halo jump, which at the time
10 seconds to drop
Halo
off.
had already
Stand
been
by.
talked about,
Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop-off.
but of course it's a
Countdown.
PlayStation 2 game,
5,
so
4,
they were the first Halo.
1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God be with you.
Oh yeah. Major Tom, or Zero, he's not one to mince words. He definitely cuts to the core. Oh yeah, and of course Kojima has to remind us
Jack, I've got some important news.
who's really in charge. And
Head of the CIA has finally
I
given us the
did
green light
play
for the
this
virtuous
already,
mission.
Virtual mission.
but since
No, the virtuous mission.
only a few people
the
were
future
here,
of our
I'll
Fox unit depends on it.
play
If it
this one out
succeeds, we'll be
again.
officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission. Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago,
I
a certain
still
Soviet scientist
am sort of
requested
blown
asylum
away
in the West through one of our moles.
by the stock footage and how they
His name is
filtered it,
Nikolai
so it almost
Stepanovich
looks like
Sokolov.
it's part of the
He's head of the OKB 754 Design Bureau,
real
one of
briefing.
the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities.
And of course, we
and
have
the
the
East's foremost
wonderful
expert on weapons
Shinkawa
development.
art to go with it, which
Sokolov.
is in the
Isn't he that
style
famous
of
rocket scientist?
Metal Gear
very
Solid
same.
1.
On April the 12th,
They used a lot of these
1961,
scenes in Metal Gear
Soviets
Solid
achieved
2
the
as
first
well
manned
to
space flight
explain
in history.
the
The
Foxhound
Earth was
members, or
blue,
the
but
Dead
there was
Cell
no
members.
God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin to orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's
course,
flight,
the fun
Sokolov
part about
left
this
rocket
is,
development to become the head of the
it is
newly
very
established
similar
Design
to
Bureau.
From a lowly technician
Liquid
to head of a
Snakes.
design bureau. That's quite a success story. So why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd
Original
become afraid of his own creations.
setup in the Shadow Moses
Afraid.
incident.
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And
We're
for
going
that, he left his
into,
country and his family behind and
You
went
know,
over the fence?
rescue somebody.
Not exactly.
In this
One of
case,
his
it's
conditions
not
was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west.
Baker.
We used a mole to get the family out first, and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
It's really good.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back
Almost
then.
feels like
Then
it's
what?
We got Sokolov over in
just
one
part
piece,
of
but
the
whole ordeal
the
had left him
game,
exhausted,
and
we
not a
checked him into
real
hospital in
event,
West
which
Berlin.
is really
It
great.
took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962. President Kennedy
Also,
received
this
word
should be
that the
noted,
Soviets were in the
Kojima
process of
is
deploying intermediate
sort of
range
obsessed with
ballistic missiles in
the
Cuba.
whole 1960s
President
culture
Mao,
of
Soviet,
spy
dismantled and
fiction.
removed the missiles.
It's the first
At
time
the
he
same
gets to
announced a
really
naval blockade to
delve
prevent further missile
deep
shipments from
into
reaching Cuba.
sort of what he grew up with.
But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert.
I do
Soviet
believe-
transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US
me
and Soviet
see.
forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's
making
Emergency
sure.
Security Council.
He was
and unofficial
born in
channels, to end the
1963,
hair-trigger standoff.
and everything that
Finally,
takes
on
place
October the 28th, the Soviet
is
Union
right around
agreed to
that
remove its
time in the
missiles from
game.
Cuba,
So it's
and so the world avoided a
1963,
nuclear holocaust.
1964.
But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete.
I mean,
We were gonna
Kojima
get
does
rid of
also
them
make
anyway.
it seem as
Had no
though
strategic
his
value
version of
whatsoever to
history
either the
is the
US
real
or the
one
Russians.
when you're playing a
The
game
Turkey
like
deal
this,
was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other
which is
intelligence
amazing.
agencies
I
around
mean,
the world.
it's
So what did the
a
Russians
very
really
believable
want?
story, which is
Sokolov.
what they say
They wanted us
is the
to
best
return
type of science
Sokolov.
fiction.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
Yeah. Imagine
What the hell
being
was he
born
working
in
on?
'63 too in
At the time, we had
Japan,
no idea.
which is
We
I
were
mean,
running out
I
of
don't know.
time.
He had
It was either give
quite
up
a bit
Sokolov
to,
or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end,
to
we
chew
had
on
no choice.
growing up,
President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand.
which he definitely puts
The
into
next
his
day, I got
all of
Sokolov
his video
out of the
games.
hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then a month ago,
I should mention
we
too, he
received
grew
some
up
new information
watching
from
kind
one of our
of Billion
models.
Dollar Man and
About Sokolov?
Yes,
you know,
he was
these
taken back
types
to
of
the research
Man
facility
from
and forced
Uncle
to
and a lot of
continue
these
working on the weapon in question under
spy
KGB
fiction kind of
supervision.
TV series.
What's more,
And
it's on
so
the verge of
there's
completion.
some things in here that
So
feel
what
very
kind of weapon is
serial,
it?
but
Something to
then
do with
there
space
are a lot
rockets?
of things that feel
No,
movie-esque as well
missiles.
because he
Same technology.
has a little James Bond flair in there
I guess
too.
you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device.
But
For
the
half a year
different
now, the Soviets have
around
been
his
conducting
time,
frequent nuclear
James
tests at
Bond
Semipalatinsk.
Something
was a
to do
much
with
different
weaponized-
character
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba.
than
to get
say
it back.
our '90s version of
Sokolov
James
still
Bond
in
or
the
the 2000
facility?
era James Bond.
No, according to our intelligence, he's in Selino-Yatsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the
He's
west.
said
that's known as
before
the
several
Virgin
times that
Cliffs.
he's 70%
The
movies,
Virgin Cliffs.
like it's in his
Nice name
blood.
for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility.
Oh man,
This is our last chance.
I'm
Sokolov must
excited
have
too
known
to
that
drop
too when he
in here
contacted
because I know the first thing I have to do is remember some CQC. Uh-oh. Okay, it had to load there. That's the only thing that's going to be sort of different from the PlayStation 2 version is that the load times are a little bit different. Like, because they've updated things, loading off of the Blu-ray takes a little bit longer than it would off of PlayStation DVD. Some of the codec calls and things that are a little bit longer take longer to load.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate
Look through
Selino-Yatsk
the
in the
eyes.
Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the west. If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis.
Yeah,
The
it's
clock
just a
is ticking.
it's a minor change. I mean, it's not actually that noticeable, but I notice it because I played this game a lot more on PlayStation 2.
Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point.
I
The
think the
recovery
coolest
balloon
thing
will be dropped at that point.
about
Helium will be pumped
this
into the
game
balloon
was
to inflate it.
it was at the
process
very
takes about
end
20
of
minutes.
PlayStation 2's life, and so it was like
Once it's complete,
using
the gunship's
every
arm will
bit
latch
of
onto
power.
the balloon
He,
and pull it
you
up.
know,
The
he
full
hired
surface air
quite a
recovery
few
system. I'm familiar with the theory.
really amazing devs
Take it easy.
that were
been
able to
combat
push PlayStation 2 to its
Do you
very
think Sokolov
limits.
is up to it?
The shock will be less than
I'm
during
actually
a
surprised
parachute
it wasn't
jump, and the
more than
arm can
one
handle up
disc
to
even.
500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat talon?
She's equipped with two 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as two 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Few hours. That's what they're telling
Only
me,
time for
the
dinner.
player.
But if anything
Shouldn't take
goes
more than
wrong,
a few hours.
you'll be eating dinner, breakfast, and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
Foreshadowing. I love it. All right. I make this landing. All right. Nice and smooth, right? No big deal. Ooh. There goes my backpack. And we get our big intro. He actually writes the title directly on the helmet. So we're fully immersed. And we still, I think, get a big... There it is. It's Jack. If you select I like Metal Gear Solid 3 or 1, it'll show a different face here. That's all based on what you select at the beginning. Alright, there we go. Now, of course, the first thing I want to do is make a call to Major Zero.
What's wrong? You were expecting something different? Now, go and find Sokolov and get him out of there. What's wrong?
Oh,
You were
okay.
expecting something...
I guess he doesn't talk about the backpack until I actually get closer to it. Oh. There's a snake. Unfortunately, I am not sure if I'll be able to Oh yeah, okay, good. There's my very first ration. Very important, just in case. Haha. And maybe our very first paramedic call?
Do you copy?
No, not quite.
You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
Well, you've eaten one before.
Oh, is
haven't
it
survival
pretty bright?
training.
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever
I
order
might
one
have,
in a
I
restaurant,
can-
but
Be
can
careful,
adjust
you
that.
might not have a choice.
what about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom.
Major Tom.
Call me Major Tom. Oh, and
Reference to
Snake.
the Beatles
Yeah.
song.
The crew isn't watching anymore. You can take off the disguise now.
There we
Good
go.
idea.
Now we get the real.
This isn't right. Time for the snake to shed his skin.
Here we go. The real intro. Oh, actually, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I made some adjustments, but that's actually the game. The game is sort of meant to look super saturated to give you the feel of like an old time cinematic effect. I'm getting a little graphical glitching though, which is a little strange. Hopefully that dissipates.
Can you hear me, Major Tom? This is Snake. Kept you waiting, huh?
Yeah,
This
there
will
it
be
is.
a sneaking mission. You
Kept
must
you waiting,
not be
huh?
seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration.
Unfortunately,
is
there's
Fox
nothing I
Unit's
can do for the
speciality.
saturation. That's
In other words,
the way
weapons
the
and
game
equipment
is.
are procure on site.
I was
That
looking to
goes for
see
food as well.
some
You're
of the
completely
settings, but I
naked,
can't
just
really
as your name implies.
Great.
adjust that.
Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No, there's a good reason
It's a
for that.
good reason
I'll
for
tell you
that.
later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
Yeah,
I see. Well,
I
you better
feel
go
like
back and get
Raiden
it.
may have lost a lot
You know where it is?
of respect.
No problem. I can see it from
The,
here. It's
The
stuck on a
fact
branch.
that, you know, people wanted to play as Snake, but Kojima,
To climb
when
a
I
tree,
replayed that
stand
game, I
in
was
front of
very
a tree that's covered in ivy and
understanding
press the action
about
button.
him trying to pass the
I'll be
torch onto
monitoring
a
your
younger
progress over the
generation, thus being
You can't
Raiden.
risk violating
So,
Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the
If you
gunship.
think about it,
My frequency is
Snake is Kojima, for sure.
140.85.
but
I'll give you a
Raiden is
call
the
if I need to
player,
talk to you.
aka us,
If you need to
not
talk to
Kojima.
me, use the send function.
And
Okay, Snake,
it's been
go get your
interesting
backpack.
because the two of them working together is a much better experience. Getting sort of the young blood with the grizzled vet is really the way to go for that game. But at the time, all we wanted to do was play the tanker mission over and over again, which I can understand that too, because sometimes people hadn't even played Metal Gear Solid 1 until like right before they played 2. And sometimes it was people's first Metal Gear Solid game, so they saw all this stuff about Snake and I wanted to get involved with Snake.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to
go.
take it out of your backpack.
The fun stuff.
In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly.
Yeah, I
Keep
mean,
an eye on your stamina so you don't run out.
Raiden is
To recover
definitely
lost
the
stamina, you can hunt for local
patsy
flora and
until
fauna.
he
You can use
gets
either
taught
your tranquilizer gun or your
by
knife to
Snake.
hunt.
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
It's been fitted with its own suppressor. However, the
That's
suppressor will
actually
deteriorate every time you
a
fire.
really
Once its
intense
durability
version to,
reaches
to
zero,
join,
the
'cause
noise
it does
suppression effect will be gone.
cover the
So don't get too
Shadow
trigger happy with
Moses
it.
events,
The suppressor's durability is shown in the icon.
but with a much
Any
better
weapons and
engine,
equipment beyond what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
graphically
I have to find my
especially.
own weapons and equipment. Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions are
Now
standard
remember, this
Fox
is the very
operating procedure.
first mission,
You can't leave any traces of your presence.
and this is
No
not
weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat,
our
or bodily
Las
waste.
Infanterie.
Same goes for bullets and cartridges too. Your presence in
This is
enemy
the
territory
original
is already a
Big Boss,
violation
so
of
this is the
international
very
conventions
first
of
time
warfare.
that anyone's done
There aren't
anything
supposed
like
to be
this.
any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident. You can't let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a
I like
stealth
Ground
mission.
Zeroes too
You're
because
a ghost,
it does
Snake,
set up
in every sense of the
the
word.
same idea. You're
There'll
going to
be no
land
rescues
somewhere.
you'll
You're going to
capture.
go
The military
infiltrate
and U.S. government
you have
will
to
deny
save
any
somebody.
involvement in the affair.
and
Then I'll
exfiltrate.
just have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm afraid so. You've been given a fake death
fake
pill
death
for that
pill.
purpose. SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into
Now,
thinking
he
that
says,
I'm really dead.
tape it to your
So,
body,
how do
but
I come
I
back
believe
to
it's
life?
in
Just take
the revival pill is in my tooth.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be careful. If you remain in a state of false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring you back. Remember that.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Oh, yeah.
Correct. The mission rests entirely in your hands.
There's some pretty
Real
intense
one-man
side ops
army.
Relax. There's a
throughout
support
that
team
game.
ready
One
to
of
back
them
you up
even where
over
we
the
got
radio.
to save Kojima himself.
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost importance. The first member of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical
Oh,
condition,
here we go.
acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as recording your mission data.
Our
She's a member
introduction.
of Fox as well, and she's here on the gunship with me.
She,
Hello, Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to
Paramedic.
meet you.
paramedic.
As in a medic who comes in by parachute.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A
John
name
Doe.
means nothing on the battlefield.
That's good.
After a week, no one has a name. What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
I wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive. My frequency is 145.73.
She's also in charge of recording your mission data. Whenever you want to save,
Oh,
send
yeah.
a message over the reserved save frequency, 140.96.
So saving.
So if
lets
you
me
know
record
Peace
my mission
Walker-
data.
That's right.
I mean,
it also records
it's
the state of
basically the
your health.
continuation of Metal
Good
Gear
to know.
Solid
There's
3's
one more person I want to introduce you to,
story.
Snake.
So
Speaking of
this
snakes,
is the original.
you
Have you
remember
actually
the boss,
played
don't you?
Metal Gear Solid 3?
A
I would
legendary
imagine
soldier
by this
and your
point you
mentor.
played them all.
actually it was the boss
Skinner.
that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
Boss is?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you?
Oh.
How many years has it been?
Boss?
That's right. It's me. Talk to me. Let me hear your voice.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
You've lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I
No,
know
we're
all
not
about
using
you.
codecs. We're
Really?
using actual
Well, I don't
radio
know anything
to
about
make
you.
these calls. So
What's
it's
that supposed to mean?
just a radio.
Why'd you disappear on me all of a
Which is
sudden?
why we have these
I was
photos.
on a top secret mission.
And
You
of
didn't
course,
need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
Snake himself
No,
right there. on
I
the
taught
right.
you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques.
Oh, good.
I taught you
Well,
all I could. The
You'll
rest you
already
needed
know
to
more
learn on
about
your
this
own.
story from playing Peace
Technique,
Walker.
sure.
But this is
what about
the
how to think like a soldier?
How to think like a
the
soldier?
very
I
first
can't teach you
Metal Gear
that.
Solid mission, if
A
you will.
soldier needs to be
The Metal
strong in
Gear
spirit,
mission.
body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't teach
I mean,
you how
I'm
to
pretty
think.
sure
You'll just have to figure it out for yourself.
any fan who hasn't
to me,
played
Jack.
Metal Gear Solid 3
Just
yet
because soldiers are on
is
the
missing
same
a chunk
side
of the
right
story.
now doesn't mean
for
they always
sure.
will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the
history
worst
of,
sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. And
what happens
politics
after
are a
the
living
outer
thing.
heaven.
They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his
Yeah.
place to question why.
I mean,
But you are
there's
looking for a
definitely
reason
some
to fight.
tear-jerking moments.
You are a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier
It's nice
is a
too,
political
if you
tool, nothing
buy the Legacy
more.
Collection, Peace
That's
Walker
doubly true
HD
if
is
he's
included.
a career soldier. Right and
on the
wrong have
disc,
no place in
and
his
I think
mission.
it was
He has no enemies
more
and no
difficult to
friends.
find that
Only
version
the mission.
on disc.
You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier
Easy
is.
to find Metal Gear
I do
Solid
whatever
2
I
and
have
3
to get the
HD
job
collection,
done.
but Peace
I
Walker
don't
was
think
a
about
digital
politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience
Yeah.
is going to bother you. In the end,
I
you
don't
have
want to
choose
spoil
whether you're going to
anything,
live as a soldier
but there's
or just
definitely going
another
to be
man
some
with a
crying
gun.
going on.
There's a saying in the Orient:
I may have
loyalty to
to
the end.
shut the camera
Do you know
off
what it
even.
means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up,
Oh,
others will
okay.
take their place.
That must be.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
I
People
was
aren't the
told it
ones
was
who
only on the
dictate the
Japanese
missions.
version of that.
Then who does?
But
The
I guess
times.
I
People's values change
misread
over
that.
time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an
I
enemy
think maybe
in
it's only the
absolute
Xbox
terms.
version that
The enemies we
has
fight are only enemies
2
in
and
relative
3.
terms,
It's
constantly
PlayStation
changing with the
exclusive or
times.
something like that. Couldn't remember.
As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think.
That
The only
is-
thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission.
And
Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is
nothing
it?
could be.
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right. Your code name is Snake.
Oh my.
It suits you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit, a group of
I couldn't have
heroes
said
that
it
brought
better,
the war to an end
Amanda.
and saved the
I'm-
world. As long as you've got a
trying to
legendary hero backing you up,
formulate
you'll be fine.
A
Isn't that right,
response to
Snake?
that, but it's
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me.
Death
Oh,
Stranding. I think
and one
made me
more
cry
thing,
more than
boss.
any Kojima
Yes?
game.
It's
Actually,
good to hear your voice again.
Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to
here
be
you go,
key.
DS.
Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to
CQC.
come in handy.
CQC. Close quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Berets for the
Oh,
past
man.
few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember.
It's on PC
After
now,
all,
which
this
is
is your
nice.
first
They put
actual
it on
survival
Steam and,
mission. I'll be supporting you over the
Epic
radio.
Game Store. as
Where
well.
are you, boss? Next to the Major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov. Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position. Avoid heavy
Like
combat
I said,
and
I
don't
think
let
there's some
anyone
things
see
that you might know
Don't forget that this is a stealth
more
mission.
about. You got to remember, this is our very first introduction to the boss.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Here it is. Try to remember some of the basics. CQC, the most iconic line.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
All right, and after all that intro, we are finally ready to get right into it. The engine allows for a lot of sort of leeway with the camera now. You can have a much more hold back view, so it's easier to see your targets, but that also means there are more targets usually than you would see in, say, Metal Gear Solid 1 or 2. Also, as you crawl over the grass, it will sort of lay itself down and come back up, which is pretty cool. And then, of course, we have the camouflage system as well. But for right now, I'm going to open up my backpack and make sure everything is in order, as we were requested to do. And I'm going to take a look at and I wanted to share this with you guys. I'm ready here. That's the maple flavored Calorie Mate, but I also brought my own for when things get hairy. This was Kojima's first real tie-in with a licensed product. It's a Japanese energy bar released by Otsuka Pharmaceutical, and basically just a meal replacement bar, or like a snack bar, protein bar. It'd be good on the go, but for Snake it's perfect because it'd be also very ideal for survival. Alright, here's where we get to check this out and make sure there's no enemies, just alligators. And it's time to go through the muck. Okay, and be careful around the gators. They won't bother you if you don't bother them. I believe I'll put on the motion detector for right now. Oh. Oh, you're planning on... okay, that's cool. That would be really awesome. Fox Engine is a very good engine, although I do feel like this is the perfect iteration of Kojima's PlayStation 2 era engine. Oh, alright, Amanda. Hope you have a good night. And thanks for dropping in. I'll be streaming this probably until Thursday this week. We'll see. If I can complete it by Wednesday, I'll end there, but it might take me a little longer. This game is usually about an 18-hour playthrough, roughly. 18 to 22 hours, depending on how much trouble I get into.
Troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s and grenades.
Snake, your presence in Soviet territory is already a violation of international law. We can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage. Change your camouflage by selecting Camouflage from the Survival Viewer. The Uniform option lets you pick your uniform, while the Face option lets you change your face paint. Choosing camouflage that blends in with your surroundings will help you conceal yourself more effectively.
Okay.
Also, don't forget that anything that moves will stand out in the jungle. If you just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted. But if you
I love
crawl
the
instead,
boss.
you should be able to sneak by without
You
being
just stand
noticed.
up and run around like an idiot, you're gonna...
You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the Camo Index. The Camo Index shows how well your current camouflage blends in with the surrounding
See,
area.
this is where I think it'd be
The higher the
difficult
value, the harder you are to spot, and vice versa.
to remake in Fox
The
Engine.
key is
with
to make
the
yourself one with
camouflage.
nature. Keep that in mind as you go along, okay?
Because this engine was built sort of from the ground up to support camouflage and various other sort of hidey tactics. Depending on sort of where you are in the map and what your surroundings are like. There's some bug juice. Tasty. Alright, and of course, our first priority
What the?
is to not get spotted here.
Who's that?
But I think...
Who's
yeah.
that?
Shoot, of course. Oh no. Can't create an international incident. So I'm not supposed to kill anybody, so I'm gonna try to run to the next area. Which I believe I made it. Yikes. Okay, that'll help, and then I can potentially hide here. Oh no, I think I was just spotted. Alright. Let's eat one of these snakes that I got. Oh no. Where is that? Oh no. Okay. Yikes. This would be a bad way to go. Oh boy. Ooh, throwing me right into it. I forgot.
Snake, do you read? Snake!
Major.
Snake, are you alright?
Yeah. I'm okay.
You're far from okay. Look at your life gauge. You're on your last leg.
No. I can still.
See?
Snake, this is a solo sneaking mission. Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
No, you don't. It means there's no backup.
No, you
cavalry.
don't.
If you're taken out, nobody is there to take your place. Pull out for now and recuperate.
Find a hiding place and get some
I guess,
rest.
you know, when
Your
you
life
beat
gauge
the
will
game on
gradually
like a
decay
hard
with time.
difficulty, it'll
But
give
the
you all
speed of your
the
life
good
gauge
weapons and
depends on the
good
level of your
abilities to
stamina
start
gauge.
with. We're just
So get
doing
plenty
a
to eat, then
standard
get some
playthrough,
rest.
so I'm just starting
You hear
with
me?
whatever I can procure
Do
on
you
site.
hear me?
I hear
ya. Alright, here's the trick. Is I have to make sure that these guys stay down. If I can get this guy, it should be okay, actually. Oh yeah. So now, what I want to do, and I've been trying to do, is,
I see you caught yourself a reticulated python.
there it is.
The
Eat
reticulated
my first
python
snake.
is said to be the longest snake
Thus
in
the
the world.
game
The biggest ones can go
title,
up to 10
Snake
meters in
Eater.
length. Although they're not poisonous, they're still very dangerous, so be careful around them. They have a highly ferocious temperament, and they can swallow whole, even large animals like deer and pigs. Their most distinguishing feature is the mesh pattern of their scales. This pattern acts as a highly effective natural camouflage. If you think there might be a reticulated python about, pay close attention to your surroundings. Otherwise, you could get bitten before you even know it's there.
Yep.
It's a huge snake, but you should be able to capture it alive by using the tranquilizer gun. I'll bet if you capture one and throw it at an enemy, it'll give him a good scare.
Right. But
How
how
do
do
they
they taste?
Huh?
Do they taste good?
You're actually going to eat one.
Why else would I be asking?
Cannibal.
What was that?
Nothing. Let's see what the guide says. Ah, you're in luck. It says they taste pretty good.
Good. I can hardly wait.
Alright, we're about to dig in too, because I caught one earlier. So we have to just I don't know why it's not in my inventory. I guess I have to just get it out from the backpack. Oh, there's a food section. See, I don't remember much of that, but I'll eat him in here. And there we go. I got a trophy for eating my first snake. And that will regenerate some health, but not very much. Although, the real trick is getting this alert phase down so I can get this guy on the bridge. I'm gonna try to shoot him sort of from over here. Oh, shoot. I guess, oh yeah, that's right. We got bees. One of these guys got knocked out. The other guy should have been able to hit with the bees. There he goes. Okay, now this guy's gonna wake up, so I gotta get moving. Okay, we did it. Oh, sort of. I'm not across the bridge yet. Oh. I'm a little concerned here because I can't see the other guy yet. I think I'm going to make it across, but I'm going to have to drop down below in order to be safe here.
This is HQ.
Oh, man. Okay, here we go.
Acknowledged. The enemy is still nearby. Pursue and engage him.
Alright. Tricky, but we did it. And we are also rewarded with a weapon. And, of course, we're going to want to eat that fruit that I found. So go into the food viewer here. And eat it up.
That's so great.
I love it. All right. So we're going to just sit here and wait for this caution to go by. Regenerate some life. We're sort of safe down here. And then I'm going to kind of sidle up this little thing and then sneak onto the next area. They're waking up the guys across the bridge, which is why you're hearing what's wrong. There they are. I don't think they're going to be able to spot me from there, so I should be safe. Which is good. I'm going to crawl back a little bit into this dark area so I'm a bit more camouflaged. And these guys are going to come across the bridge. But as you can see, we're almost full health now because of the food that we got to eat there. And our evasion phase is past. We're in caution phase, and then we can evade this whole thing. Alright, the other thing I want to check too, since I'm restoring my health all the way, is what camouflage I do have. And I think we'll use woodland with our tiger stripe instead of just the regular olive drab. That'll give us a little bit more camo for this area. I love it because, you know, I figure I get to go right into it. And of course, the first thing I do is get spotted, huh? You know?
What the?
Oh, shoot. Okay. I think what we can do is, this guy's running across from the other side. But I don't think this guy's coming all the way down. So as long as we're careful not to alert him, should be able to give him a shot to the face. Okay. Alright, he's gone enough to where I can start moving. Oh yeah, he's crawling back up. So now our trick will be highly camouflaged. And now we can end up shooting this guy in the head. Now he's out. Down for the count. Our trick is, there is another guard sort of on the other side there, but I'm not too concerned about him because we're heavily camouflaged. I don't think he'll be able to see us. He would have noticed his friend laying on the ground, which he just did. So now I should be able to get to at least the next grass area. Oh yeah, I'm through. That was fun. And that's where you can already see that the game is very different from, say, Metal Gear Solid 2. It's way more stealthy. Obviously, in Metal Gear Solid 2, Raiden can just run around and, you know, not be so stealthy. Or he can be stealthy, but there's many areas in the game where it's almost impossible to be stealthy.
Major.
In this
I've reached
mission, the
abandoned
Virtuous
factory where
mission,
Sokolov is supposedly being held.
it's all about
This place
stealth.
is a dump.
And this is where it gets really fun too, because
I can't see Sokolov from here.
we got Sokolov sort of
Security
in
is
this
pretty tight.
brick building, but they are guarding it heavily, so I really need to be careful about
There are
stealth.
sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are inside.
And this is sort of where I really enjoy what Kojima has set up, because he likes the stealth, right? I mean, it's a stealth
Your
action
objective,
game.
Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
And
Be
so,
careful.
yeah,
Your mission
I
is
have
to bring
to
Sokolov
sneak
back alive. He
to
must
that
not be
area.
exposed to any kind of danger.
and I really
Do not
can't
approach Sokolov while in the alert
approach
phase.
him in the alert
Right.
phase, so I can't
Oh,
just run
one
up
more
there
thing,
and
Snake.
talk to him,
You mean there's more?
which
No, it's just that
Raiden would
when
have
you
done,
get
I'm
to
sure.
Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry for being so late.
Is that all?
Yes.
Understood. Beginning my approach to the target.
Okay, here we go. Ooh. It's been a while since the Virtuous mission. Still do our corner look. And of course, we can use the sonar for listening, but the motion detector is probably the best thing to use here, because it'll give us an idea of exactly where these guards are. And of course, as long as they're not looking, I can be crawling anywhere. But when they're looking over at me like this guy's doing, I gotta pretty much sit still. We're gonna take our time until he turns around. There he is. Once he turns around, I'm gonna end up going up that side. Or that's my goal. We'll see if I can actually manage it. If he comes all the way over here, I'll probably just knock him out too. Looks like he might be coming over. So we'll get our gun ready. Just in case. Alright. Now, of course, oof, we'll want to pick him up. Oh no, there we go. He's sort of on a hill there. And drag him into the grass. Oh shoot, these guys are gonna come over. Okay, good. He didn't actually go further over. Here he comes, though. It's a different. This is more of a just in case. If this guy leaves, I'm in the clear to go up the left side. This is what I want to do. But if he doesn't leave, which it looks like he might not. I can do more of these. It's unfortunate that I have to stand all the way up to pick these guys up. But it's fortunate that they give me goodies. So now we'll want to sneak along this way. And my goal is to head up the left side here. There's many men around the building too, so I have to be sort of careful, but this will give me a good vantage point to sort of check it out. I think it's oh. Okay, just the one guy. So we can go through here. And if you'll notice right away the brick building, my camo is a little off. So what we want to do, first of all,
Snake, Sokolov is imprisoned in the northeast area of the factory.
Got it.
Radio call.
To the northeast.
Yes, and don't engage the enemy. The object of this mission is to bring Sokolov back safely and nothing more. Contact Sokolov without being spotted by the enemy and bring him out discreetly. If you must dispose of an enemy, do it with the tranquilizer gun.
Okay, and call the boss. No response. Paramedic one more time for...
Eat food to recover stamina.
There it is.
Capture plants and animals to get food. I have information on the local plants and animals, so don't hesitate to ask.
I very much enjoy these intro missions because these were essentially tech demos, early tech demos that were just turned into what the game becomes. It's like the tanker mission in Metal Gear Solid 2. But right now, the fun part is changing into these squares instead, which looks a lot better against... If we had Splitter, actually Splitter Camo is one of the better ones to use here. But we can adjust the face paint as well. There's the Splitter. And now we've got a completely different look. Exactly. Can I eat it? What's it taste like? It's my favorite. Okay, so we're pretty good to get in there. I'm about ready to crawl in. But this is where things get a little dicey, so the last thing I want to do is make a quick save here.
Saving the game, Snake?
This is my first save. Yeah. Well, you know, again, I'm just playing normal. There's always a better. Steamed. I remember our Vamp battle, but
Hey, Snake,
I'm not
you ever
looking
heard of
for the
Godzilla, King of
best
Monsters?
of anything. It's
No, what is it?
just trying to
It's a movie. You haven't seen it?
play a game like
it's
I
about
haven't
this
played
monster
it
called
a
Godzilla,
million
who grows
times.
to an enormous size in a nuclear test and goes on a rampage in Tokyo.
I guess my thing is, if
Nuclear
I was
test,
going
huh?
for a
Then the
perfect
Marshall Islands must be
playthrough,
crawling with giant
then I would
monsters
definitely
right
be
about
using
now.
all the best stuff, and I would have had to
make-believe.
already beat it on hard.
Maybe that's
But
why my pants have been so
I
tight.
don't really
lately.
want to do that. I
Snake,
want to,
it's a movie, not a report out of Los Alamos.
you know, show
I
people
know. So then what
what it
happened?
would be like if they
Godzilla is
are
immune to
jumping
all
into
weapons,
the game for the
and
first
humanity
time.
has no way to stop the monster. Dr. Shirazawa develops a new type of weapon, but
I actually
meanwhile,
like making
Godzilla's
those
getting closer and
kinds
closer
of mistakes
to Tokyo,
because
obliterating everything in
Kojima
its
sets
path.
up a game too,
It was
so that you'll
originally a
make
Japanese
mistakes.
movie, but they made an American version too.
Of
I recommend seeing the original Japanese one if you ever get the chance.
course.
It's mostly mindless fun, but it's also got a serious anti-nuke message as well.
Where can I see the original?
You'll just have to go to Japan.
Really? That's too bad.
Well, if you wait 40 years, you might be able to
There
see
it
it in
is.
America too.
Yeah.
Why's that?
2004 will be Godzilla's 50th birthday.
You think they're still going to be making Godzilla movies then?
Man, I love it.
Of course. Everybody loves Godzilla.
You sure know a lot about movies.
I don't suppose you're the movie-watching type, are you?
Not really.
Okay, then I'll tell you everything I know. When the going gets tough, movies can save your life. It's always
This
good
is
to be able to
Kojima
look at things from a
channeling
different perspective when
directly.
you get in a jam. That's the magic of movies.
No kidding. Well, I guess it might at least make a nice distraction.
That's the spirit, Snake. Have a little fun.
Perhaps. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna climb on in here. Okay.
Who's that?
No.
What's going on?
It's a good thing I saved. Oh, man. He saw me right away, too. It's funny because actually every single character in this game is Kojima's character, like inner self. This is not how I would normally be doing this. In fact, I think I'm gonna just load my save if I can. I don't think it lets me load unless I die though, so might as well play it out. Yeah. So as long as the alert phase
Right there?
is, oh shoot, is down, I can actually enter the room. And I can come in through the top as well. Oh shoot. Alright, well that's sort of okay. They don't see me yet. We're gonna...
I see him.
Ah! I might have jinxed myself there. So they don't see me yet. I see him. She definitely has a particular liking towards Japan, yes. But she also replaces Otacon as the sort of fun, you know, side character, if you will. Knows everything about movies and kind of nerds it up a little bit. Oh, here we go.
Lost sight of the enemy. He's definitely here somewhere. Flush him out.
Here we go. This is actually just fine.
What's wrong?
I made it. I didn't want to complete it that way, so if something goes wrong, I'll do it again on my save. But whatever, it works. At least I got to do the barrel roll, which is always fun. I love that.
You must be Sokolov.
Are you one of Volgin's men?
Oh,
You'll never get it from me.
No. I'm a CIA agent. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
You're CIA?
Yeah. I was sent by Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years ago.
Zero?
oh man, Sokolov.
I have a message from him.
What is it?
Such a nervous guy.
He said to tell you sorry,
for
being
being
so late.
Which has not kept you waiting, huh?
Did he now?
What does it mean?
Pretty close.
It means He's a man of his word. But we've got no time for this.
The monocle,
we'll have to get me
man.
out of here before they arrive.
It's a beautiful thing.
Who's they?
Colonel Volgin of Gru. You in the West know him as Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt? Never heard of him.
He's
Oh,
a
yeah,
member
here
of
we
the
go.
Army's extremist faction, a man who
I'm gonna
seeks
use
to
the
seize
restroom while
control of
this
the
is
motherland. Ever
playing
since the
for you
Cuban
guys.
Missile Crisis 2 years ago, Khrushchev has been pursuing a policy of peaceful coexistence with the West. Despite resistance and criticism from hawks in the army and the provincial authorities, Khrushchev has managed to suppress the opposition so far. But the failure of his agricultural policies has put him in a precarious position. And on top of that, the tragedy last November.
President Kennedy's assassination.
Precisely. In a sense, Khrushchev has lost his biggest partner, and his power base is rapidly crumbling away. A certain group is plotting to use this opportunity to seize power by rallying the anti-government forces, overthrowing Khrushchev, and installing Brezhnev and Kosygin in his place. The mastermind behind this plot is Colonel Volgin of the GRU. He has control over another secret weapons research facility much like this one, OKB-812, known as the Granin Design Bureau, and is using it to further his plans. But that is not enough to satisfy him. Now he's plotting to seize the secret weapon I have been developing here and use it as leverage in his bid for power. The intelligence says that they are going to make their move during the test.
Then, the soldiers outside.
Exactly. They wouldn't need that many men just to keep me inside. Their orders were to prevent Colonel Volgin from capturing me. Even if it meant killing me in the process, or so it would seem. Volgin will come. I'm sure of it. You must get me out of here before then.
Leave it to me.
By the way, your Russian is superb. Where did you learn to speak it?
From my mentor.
Is that so? America is truly a frightening country.
Having second thoughts.
No. I have no love for this place. Let's go.
Major, this is Snake. Sokolov is safe with me. He's doing fine. No injuries.
Good work, Snake. Now hurry up and get Sokolov to the recovery point. We'll rendezvous with you there.
Roger.
What about the sentries?
I managed to get past them.
I see.
What about the boss?
We lost contact
Managed
with
to
the
get
boss
past
sometime
them
ago.
is kind of an
What
understatement.
It's probably just a weak signal. Just
Had a
hurry and
hard
get
time.
Sokolov out of there.
All right. Oh man, this is really taking me back right here. I love this like oh, old-timey, you know, sight gags and things like that. Things that they could do with motion capture. And PS2 era motion capture, I mean, it's pretty impressive what they were able to accomplish in that era. Like, you know, you couldn't get this in previous games. The mocap in this game is very, very detailed. Oh, I will say, at least it's in 720p. And at least you've got sort of... If you play this on PlayStation 2, it'll probably look a lot worse.
So this is the legendary boss.
There we go.
Huh? We meet at last.
Ah. Oh my goodness.
You're from the Ocelot unit of Spetsnaz. Huh. What's a Gru
So this is
soldier
your
doing
first
here?
time experiencing this scene here?
Soldier?
Or you've seen this before?
He's the Ocelot commander.
Ha! That's Major Ocelot to you.
There he goes.
Don't you forget it.
Don't you forget it.
Sokolov is ours. Now get out of here.
And Ocelot never lets his prey escape.
What?
Man. Supposed to come in quiet. This guy's killing everybody. Oh, yeah. Amazing. Oh, it's true. He hasn't done the, He's about to, though. I don't want to give it away. But you are absolutely right. His Ocelot unit.
I can't say it feels good to kill a comrade, even if it is for the Gru.
Sokolov, take cover.
Oh, man. I apologize for these weird graphical flickers. I'm not really sure what's going on with that.
Huh.
There's a little bit of distortion going on in...
You're not the boss, are you?
That's good. I was beginning to worry. There it is. There it is. Just gotta call in the Ocelots. Cat call them, if you will.
Gru operatives! What is that stance? Huh. That gun.
Gonna be regretting
If you're
that,
not the
buddy.
boss, then die.
Oh. Oh. Alright, kid.
Major! Leave it! Shoot the other one!
This is probably my favorite scene in the whole game, actually. I mean, it sets up so many other scenes. And, you know, it really lets you know the range of these mocap actors. They had to do this in like a little side room of a studio and play pretend, and it just looks so real when you set it all up. There he goes. He's got the trank dart. There he goes. And then Snake gets to grin after each victory, small victory. There it is. Now, let me tell you a thing or two, buddy. Yep, exactly. And that's probably before they had, like, you know, a lot of the golf balls. Just
You ejected the first bullet by
Little
hand,
ones
didn't
and-
you? I see what you were trying to do.
Here he
But
goes.
testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart. You were asking to have your gun jam on you.
This is anyone
Besides,
you've ever played
I don't think you cut
Warzone
out for
with
an automatic in the
that's
first
like
place. You
high
tend to
level,
twist your elbow to absorb the recoil.
and then they're telling you what's up,
That's
and you're
more
like level
revolver
5, and you're like, no.
You filthy American dog!
You're gonna talk back. You're gonna say, I know what I'm doing, but in reality, you got a lot to learn. And Ocelot certainly has a lot to learn.
But that was some fancy shooting.
So he's giving him a little bit of
You're
a
pretty good.
compliment. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Which is actually the first thing that Revolver says to Solid Snake when you meet in battle. Pretty good. All those years later in Metal Gear Solid 1.
Major, do you read me?
I read you. Snake, you all right?
I've run into a few snags. These guys were after Sokolov too. Apparently they were taking orders from a GRU colonel named Volgan.
A GRU colonel?
Part of an internal Soviet power struggle, according to Sokolov. Something between the KGB and GRU. Between Khrushchev's supporters and Volgan's.
Sokolov was being guarded by the KGB and hunted by GRU? Snake, it sounds like
There's
this
a lot
could be
going
even
on.
hotter than
Yeah,
Cuba.
it's hot.
I don't like it. Something about the whole thing stinks.
I agree. You'd better hurry.
Sokolov ran off by himself, but I'll catch up to him.
We're counting on you.
Excellent. All right. Yeah, I mean, he can't get far. I'm loving that I'm earning these PlayStation 3 trophies for playing this. So, this is the aftermath. And if you like, you can actually search the bodies. Some of them actually can be woken back up if you shake them enough. But I think the most important is if we had a camera, we would take a nice photo of this. You won't see it very often. But yeah, that scene exists just to let you know what went down in the cinematic sequence. And the coolest thing about this game, to me, at the time, was the fact that all of that was done in-engine, which is super impressive at the time for PlayStation. There was no pre-recorded cutscene. Oh yeah, shoot. I think... I forget here if I need to go get the goodies. Oh, why is this not... Oh yeah, that's not actually... It's gated off. There's some goodies behind here that I was after. And there's another barrel roll if you push that barrel. Oops. Let's see here. Okay, nothing behind the building. Oh, interesting. I did not know that. I definitely played this game before there were such things as achievements. To give you an idea. And this is my first playthrough, real playthrough of HD Collection, although I have been through this area before. Gotta get those treats while you can. Stock up. Squeak. Oh man, the little squeak. Kojima. So funny. Okay. We're gonna just go back into the office, I believe. Because I think he ran off, but back into his office area. Oh no, he didn't. Okay, then that means he's outside somewhere. Just gonna confirm nothing here for us. Nothing exciting anyway. Can't use the action button to get out there, so we're walking through the store again. I like it. That's classy right there. See, I thought he's over on this side, but for whatever reason, I guess I'm gonna go the other way instead. Probably change my camo before things get worse. Oh man, what's going on? Okay. Like I said, the load times are a little off. Hey, what's up, Thumper? Yes, indeed. No cardboard boxes just yet. Just the beginning. There we go. There he is.
You okay? Those men were from the Ocelot unit.
Spetsnaz?
Yes.
And this one,
the best crew has to offer.
I believe, is where you can pop
They're coming for me.
out. I can't remember.
Calm down.
But I think you can pop out of the cardboard box. You can also wear an alligator head so that you can submerge yourself in water and hide from your enemies with the little alligator head, which is one of the coolest things in any
That's what they were making
PS2 video game.
Yes. The Shagohod. The treading behemoth.
Oh, it is.
Tank capable of launching
Our very
nuclear
first
IRBM.
Metal
nuclear
Gear.
missiles from that kind of terrain.
Oh, yes.
Or I should
And
put
without
that in
support from
quotes.
friendly
Metal Gear.
units.
The
A
Shagohod.
nuclear-equipped tank capable of operating solo.
There it is.
Is that thing finished?
No, this is only the end of Phase 1. It won't be truly finished until we complete Phase 2.
Oh, that's
Phase
actually
2.
on this disc.
The weapon's true form.
Both MSX computer
If it is complete
versions
and the
of
Colonel
Metal Gear
gets his
and Metal
hands
Gear
on it,
2 are on
It will mean the end
the
of
Legacy
the Cold
Collection
War.
The end of the Cold
disc.
War.
Yes. And then the Age of
I guess
Fear
it would also be on the HD
will
Collection
truly
disc.
begin.
A world war.
I had no choice but to cooperate. I didn't want to die. I wanted to see my
Well,
wife and child again in America.
I should also mention Thumper.
Please, take me to America.
The-
Quickly.
The NES version is great
They cannot
because
complete it without my help.
technically
Got it. Let's go.
it's all tied in. Although Kojima didn't really have much to do with the original Metal Gear game. Yeah, okay. And the original game... This is essentially the very first time that you're ever treated to seeing the origin story of Big Boss, who is the final boss in Metal Gear, the original Metal Gear. And so, if you liked that game, this is definitely right up your alley, because it's going to show you the history of how the boss is, you know, becoming Big Boss.
Boss?
Currently, she's the boss. And that would answer the question of the Tony Danza show, right?
What are you doing here?
Sokolov comes with me.
Oh, man. Ominous. We got the bees.
Huh? Hornets.
I don't know, something like that. I don't think he's really the boss, right? There's a joke inside of Community, which is there's a class about who's the boss, picking apart who is the actual boss. Ends up being a girl. So it's just a little inside joke, I guess, for any Community fans out there.
My friends, let us fight together again.
I have waited long for this day.
We will fight with you once more.
My bosses, speaking of, these
Welcome back.
are all the bosses in the game in one chopper. Which, if I could just get one Stinger missile...
It's time we go to the depths of hell itself.
Although we didn't have Stinger missiles back then. If I could take down that chopper right now, I would win the game. So...
It's raining blood.
Oh, man.
Is he crying?
So this is actually cool. Good time to jump in, too, Thumper. This is the Sorrow. And he's the inspiration for the rain in Death Stranding. The whole concept of the time fall and, like, dark rain, blood rain, or some kind of spiritual or otherworldly, you know, underworld rain, if you will, is brought on by the Sorrow, which was that character you saw there with the hood up.
Ah, what a joyful scene.
Colonel Volgin.
Welcome to my country. And to my unit.
Oh, yeah. Of course, I don't want to step on Volgin's introduction because he is the main driving force. Volgin would essentially be the liquid snake of this
Sokolov
game.
is a little gift from my new hosts.
Recoilless nuclear warheads.
He's the leader of their sort of
These will make a fine gift for me.
This can't be happening.
group of
Who is
terrorists.
Another one of your disciples? Are we taking him with us?
No.
See, that would
this
have been
one is still
cool.
just a
Take him
child,
with
too
us.
Pure for us cobras.
That would
He has
also
not
make
yet
a very
found an
big
emotion
difference.
to carry into battle.
What are you talking about?
Think you can pull the trigger?
There it is. CQC.
Huh?
She taught him everything he knows. So, of course, not much he can do. It's not going to stop him from trying. Oh. Oh. Poor Snake.
He's seen my face.
Oh, man.
We can't let him live. Khrushchev finds out about this, we're finished.
Oh, yeah. Man, Volgan's nuts. So he can electrify his body?
Die.
Wait. He's my apprentice.
And so
I'll take care
what
of
he
him.
does is he actually heats up the bullets with electricity, and he can sort of shoot them off in his hands. He's a crazy man.
Jack,
I don't know how his
you can't come with us.
fingers don't get blown off, but he's a tough guy. Okay, you gonna help me up? You gonna help me up, boss? Oh man, that grip of that headband. And there we go. And thus ends our virtuous mission.
Are we done here?
Now, onto Sokolov's research facility.
Huh. See, even she's sort of like looking down there like...
Shagohod is ours.
Oh, man. You know? This guy. The mission was a great failure.
My place is with them now.
But what we do get to see is that there's still a connection there. Somewhat of a connection. Something's going on. She didn't answer the radio calls the entire mission, so she was busy with those guys, setting it all up to take Sokolov from me, which that was my whole mission, get him out safe. I couldn't do it. And here we are, stranded in the jungle. I got a radio call coming in. My arm's busted. Probably passed out from all the pain and shock. But I'm gonna take this call with my throat mic rather than the
Snake,
inner
can you hear me?
earbones of the codec.
Yeah. Just barely.
Snake, listen to me. You need emergency medical treatment. Can you move?
This is fun too. It's the first.
You've got to get those wounds treated. Hang
the
in
first time that
All right,
you get
let's
a
get you fixed up.
survival
Paramedic?
game
Okay, Snake.
out of Metal Gear.
Just relax and it'll all be over before you know it.
Which, you know, I've been playing a lot of BRs lately, and
Stay with me.
BRs are
I've seen
definitely
people in worse shape
survival
before.
games in their
Think you
own
can
respect.
handle
Major.
And I think that this game lends a lot to
She's defected.
We'll talk
games
about
like
that later.
PUBG
First,
and
we've got to
things
get
like
you
that.
patched up.
Okay,
Just
here we
ideas of how to regain stamina and how
First,
to,
open the survival
you
viewer
know,
with the start
heal
button.
yourself with,
If
say,
you select Cure,
a
you
med
can start
kit.
the treatment.
More than just
Healing is
going
divided
like this.
into treatment using medicine with
But
the
actually
item window
having
button, and surgical treatment using the weapon window button.
different
Your injuries
varied
include a
levels.
fractured left
So,
elbow
you
and
know,
rib
in
bone,
BRs you
and
usually have
lacerations
your
on your
energy
upper
drink
arms, right
and
elbow,
your
and abdomen. They
med
need to
kit
be
and
fixed using
your
surgical
sort
treatment.
of bandages. Maybe a
Move the healing
stim or
cursor
a
with the left
syringe.
stick to the affected part of your body.
In this case,
Once you've selected the affected area, hold the weapon
it's
window
a
button and
little bit
use the
more
left
detailed
stick to
and more
select the medical
exciting.
item, and then press the enter button. With this method, you can use items to help your recovery process. To treat a bone fracture, first secure the affected area with a fastener and then wrap it in bandages.
And of
that
course,
should do it.
PS2 games,
For
this was like the
lacerations,
first
you'll
game
need
to ever
disinfectant
do
to clean
something
the
like
wound,
this.
sutures to stitch
Where
it
you
up,
really got
styptic
to,
slow the flow of blood, and bandages to wrap the wound.
you know,
If you do everything I mentioned,
before
the
that
wound should
you
heal
just
completely.
eat some herb, red herb,
Understood?
green herb in Resident Evil, and
Stay with me. Go into the survival
we didn't
view and
have
treat
this
those
type of
wounds.
survival viewer in a PlayStation 2 experience. All right, let's do it. Let's go ahead and... Ooh, okay. I guess I actually... disinfect everything first. And then I can... This is the tricky part. Is my bone is going to need more than a bandage. I need to put it in a splint. There we go. Deep cut. Searcher it up. It's so much fun. I mean, this is like... It makes you feel for the character that you're playing. I mean, that was Kojima's idea behind it. Alright, I think... It's okay. I can't put a splint. Oh, I can. It's interesting. On my rib. I would never do that in real life. Put a splint on my rib. Okay, so we do need... We've searchered it already, so we'll bandage it up. I don't know what I'm missing on that. Suffering from a deep cut, but I can't searcher it. There, I guess I do that. Alright, same deal here. And... Ooh, man. Imagine doing all of this to yourself. How much it would take out of you. Like, I don't think I could make it through that many wounds. There we go. Made it, though. This is a tough man to survive that much. But of course, we still have to set this bone. So if you're squeamish, maybe look away, because here we go. The controller vibrates when that happens too, which it's pretty great. Oh man. It's been through hell. Made it out the other side. That's why I gave a little warning. A little content warning. A little CW. Not for the faint of heart. And he's got the bandana still. So of course, he's using it as a sling.
Good job, Snake.
Oh.
We're coming to get you now. Just stay where you are. We'll drop a recovery balloon. Can you set it up?
Oh, the Fulton system. Here's a whole nother cool system. In this game, this is where they introduce the Fulton recovery system. And it's these little sort of weather balloons that can pick up and drop supplies. So they're basically going to give me a fancy supply drop. But they're also transporting the Shagohod at the same time, so I sort of have, you know, the skies are not clear. I don't know why I put that in quotes. Your sort of kindred spirit moment. The two of them spent a lot of time together before all this happened, but they haven't seen each other in I believe it was something like 4, almost 5 years. We saw that earlier when Snake was explaining. Okay. Davy Crockett. 1960s nuke?
Excellent. A great success. Thanks to the boss and her Cobras, I have both Sokolov and the Shagohod.
Oh. Huh.
What are we going to do with the girl?
Who is she?
Apparently she's Sokolov's woman.
Oh boy, Volgin. Better cool it.
She's a nice catch. I'll take her. Not so fast, my dear.
Oh man, I love this whole sequence. Just everything about it. You got the espionage aspect.
We may be able to use her.
It really is. Spot on, DS. Perfection.
She has spunk.
Kiss of death. Man.
Shall we take her back to the base?
Perhaps we should. We have no further use for Sokolov's research facility.
Oh,
I
might
think it's
as
time
well
I gave this marvelous new toy a try.
give it a try. He's like, don't do that. What are you, crazy?
Even if they are our enemies, they're still our countrymen.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger. It'll be our friend, the American defector.
You're going to nuke your fellow Russians?
Remember the Alamo.
Oh my god.
Colonel!
Remember the Alamo. Oh man, Kojima. Here we go. Goodbye, virtuous mission location. And of course, there's my fancy care package. It's amazing. It's amazing. Oh man. Yeah, you know, just a little nuke. In engine. That's very technologically impressive. To have a big mushroom cloud in engine with all those graphical effects applied to it as well. Normally that would have been stock footage. But they went for it. It all blends pretty seamlessly. Okay, let's see. Did that take us under 2 hours? I'm thinking. Which would be pretty par. Oh yeah, hour 40 minutes. Normally, if I'm in a good headspace, I can do it in around an hour 30. But I'm going to leave you guys with this amazing intro as I go grab another water. What a thrill.
With darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill. I'm searching and I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart a tree frog. It's ordeal, the trial to survive. For the day we see new light, I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I'd like to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. I'm still in a dream, snake eater.
Currently flying over the Arctic Ocean, altitude 30,000 feet, approaching Soviet airspace. Arriving at the designated drone launch point. Drone oil pressure and voltage are nominal. Payload oxygen supply is nominal. Power supply to payload antifreeze system shows no problems. No gusts. All systems go for drone detachment.
Snake, we can't risk a halo jump this time around. Airspace security has gotten tighter since we were last here. We can't get as close to the ground as we did during the Virtuous mission. So instead, we'll be using one of our newest weapons. Snake, you're being given an honor on par with Alan Shepard. This is our last chance. Show your patriotism. If you fail, you'll be back in a hospital bed again, waiting for the firing squad. So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most advanced ICUs in the world?
Would you do me a favor and tell the suits about visiting hours? I'll never get better with them assaulting me day and night with their questions.
Must be part of the top brass's inquiry.
More like an interrogation. According to them, I'm a traitor and an accomplice to the boss's defection.
They're just looking for a scapegoat.
Does that mean they're after you, too?
Let's just say neither one of us is going to be made a national hero out of this.
Does this mean Fox is going to die?
No. This fox is still one step ahead of the hounds. The reason I came to see you today...
I
Jack,
love that. One
it's
step
time
ahead
for
of the
Fox to clear its
hounds.
name.
Foxhound.
What are you talking about?
The situation
nod
has
there.
changed. We've still got a chance to come out of this one alive.
Yeah, what kind of chance?
Don't get too excited. Here, have a cigar. It's Cuban.
It's Cuban. There you go, DS. Oh man,
This morning, I had a meeting with the CIA.
it's so
They
good.
decided when they're going to execute us?
No. Something even bigger. Yesterday, the White House received an unexpected call.
President Johnson?
Yes, I hear you, Mr. Chairman.
It was a hotline call from Khrushchev to President Johnson.
From the head of the Soviet Union?
That's right.
A few days ago, one of our country's main design bureaus, OKB 754, was
See, now it looks even
in a
more real
nuclear
with more
explosion.
filtering. This is actually
At about the same time, our anti-aircraft radar picked up a signature that
a
appeared
mix
to come
of the.
from one
This is
of
in
your
engine, but with a
military
heavy filter
Does any of this sound familiar to you?
to try to make it look more cinematic. I really
Retaliation,
like
I
it.
have placed our armed forces on secondary alert. Depending on your response, I may be left with no choice but to order the military to maximum
There goes my
alert
battery.
and
Oops.
unleash Armageddon.
It's been about 2 hours.
With the help of your predecessor, I was able to survive the Cuban incident. But my power is not as great as it once was. If I am to survive this crisis, I must have your full cooperation.
I should have contacted you myself. Did you know that one of our soldiers defected to your country a week ago?
No.
So you haven't heard then? The man who arranged the defection was a GRU colonel by the name of Yevgeny Borosovich Volgin.
Volgin?
And Yevgeny.
Of the Brezhnev faction.
I actually forgot that his full name.
Who is the soldier?
That's amazing.
Her name is the Boss. She's a living legend.
A living
During World War II, she was the one who led us to victory in that war. In Russia, you know her as Voyevoda.
You mean the Boss?
Yeah, oh yeah.
The mother of your special forces?
Yes, that's the one. And she took 2 miniature nuclear shells along with her.
The Boss took 2 miniature nuclear shells?
I'm afraid so. I believe they were a gift for her new hosts.
Oh, man.
The Davy Crockett
Davy
Atomic
Crockett.
Battle Group delivery system was completed 2 years ago. Serious problems were found with the launcher's range and precision. Although they were mass-produced, they've never been deployed in battle.
Until now.
Sokolov's research facility was completely wiped out. The whole area is polluted.
I can only offer you my deepest condolences over this terrible tragedy.
So, the Boss, with Colonel Volgin's help, stole 2 experimental nuclear shells and took them with her as gift when she defected. Then, shortly thereafter, Sokolov's design lab, a top-secret military research facility, was destroyed by one of these weapons. Am I right so far?
Yep.
Yes, that's correct.
And the American government denies any involvement in the affair. Is that right as well?
That's correct. We were not involved in any way.
Then what was a U.S. military aircraft doing on our radar screen? It was clearly in violation of our airspace. And yet you say it was not acting under your orders.
That's correct.
That's correct.
You expect me to believe that this was all the work of a single soldier?
I don't know what else to tell you.
The army insists that this is all a ploy on your part.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Our government had nothing to do with it.
And I would like dearly to believe you. However, I'm afraid my power over the military has weakened since the Cuban incident. I will need some kind of proof that this was not the action of the American government. You have 1 week. You must catch the Boss yourselves and recover the remaining
And that's
nuclear device.
our real mission.
Then, you must find some way to prove your innocence.
Prove our innocence?
Yes, preferably something painful. Prove to me that this is not merely another one of your tricks.
Boy. All right.
The Boss should be close to Colonel Volgin. How about a little co-action?
I would not expect too much if I were you. The political situation here is unstable.
Yeah,
And
that's an
Colonel
understatement.
Volgin is a member of the Brezhnev faction, which seeks to topple my government.
It's not like they're friends.
1 week.
Yeah.
You have only
They're
1
not
week.
exactly
And if it is not
buddies.
too much to ask, do something about Volgin as well.
What is that supposed to mean?
Like
nothing.
No.
It means nothing.
Not quite.
Call it a modest gentleman's agreement to ensure our continued relationship.
What if we can't prove our innocence?
Then I will be unable to restrain the military. I will be ousted, and they will seek their revenge.
Yeah. Start
Nuclear attack on
international
the United
incident with nukes.
I leave the disposal of this situation entirely to your discretion.
You definitely don't want that.
States. Disposal.
If you fail, it will mean the beginning of a new world war.
To put it simply, in order to avoid a full-scale nuclear conflict, we have to prove that America was not involved in that explosion.
And eliminating the Boss ourselves will prove America's innocence?
Right. The higher-ups have decided that you're the only one capable of pulling this off. You were her last apprentice, Screw this one up, and we'll both be 6 feet under. There's no choice.
Oh, Major Tom. Okay.
Are the Russians going to be helping us?
The KGB has promised to lend us one of their communications satellites so that you and I can talk to each other.
That's it?
They've also put us in touch with a couple of insiders.
Insiders?
There was a defection in September 1960. Do you remember it?
You mean the 2 NSA codebreakers who went over to the Soviet Union?
Precisely. Since then, they've apparently been training with the KGB for exactly this kind of situation. Their code names are Adam and Eva.
Oh, yeah.
I've been told that Adam has infiltrated Volgin's ranks. Also
Can't say too much about those guys now.
You'll need to rendezvous with him when you get there.
Spoilers. We will get to know Adam and Eva. This is another piece of kind of crazy military
Control.
tech.
Unidentified aircraft detected. Altitude 30,000 feet.
Under the radar.
It's fast. Estimated airspeed exceeding Mach 3. Bearing south. I'm about to lose it.
Getting a little touch of the Harry Gregson Williams theme as we enter in. Time. Get ready for a landing. It'll be a rough one. Oh. Alright. A little rougher than before. But we made it. We're successfully in. I forgot how much mocap was done. It's so good, the mocap.
This is Snake. Do you read me?
Loud and clear. Glad to see you landed safely.
I got blown pretty far off target.
Snake, let's go over your mission objectives one more time. Rescue Sokolov. Find out what's happened to the Shagohod, then destroy it. And finally, eliminate the boss.
Eliminate the boss?
This mission will be codenamed Operation Snake.
Snake Eater.
Because I'll be taking on the boss in our Cobra unit, right?
Don't forget about Colonel Volgin.
I'm not a hired killer.
I know, but that was the Kremlin's demand.
Demand? You mean it wasn't just a request?
Well,
what's it to us if the Khrushchev regime is threatened by
you don't
the
want to take that
faction?
lightly, because
if supporting the current regime helps us avoid a nuclear exchange,
could be a nuclear exchange otherwise.
And what are the CIA's demands?
Even if it was a request.
Our priorities are the rescue of Sokolov and the destruction of the Shagohod.
Offhanded, you still got to be extra careful.
Hold on, Snake.
What now?
I'm changing my codename.
Oh.
It turns out Tom wasn't the most auspicious choice.
What do you mean?
Well, the truth is, when I chose my codename, I picked the wrong one.
The wrong one?
Did you ever see the movie The Great Escape? It came out last year.
Oh, must have missed that one.
It came out last year.
Anyway, it's based on a true
man,
story
I love
about
it.
prisoners who escaped from a
Kojima.
POW camp in Nazi Germany.
What a
The
genius.
prisoners dig 3 tunnels as part of their plan, but the Nazis find 2 of the tunnels before they're finished. The prisoners succeed in escaping by using the
Also,
last remaining
an
tunnel.
excellent movie.
The names of those 3
That
tunnels
still
were
holds
Dick,
up.
Harry, and Tom.
I get it. You used the name of the tunnel they escaped in as your code name because you thought it would bring you good luck.
Yes, that's exactly right. At
Well,
least
it definitely
that was the plan.
didn't work.
But
I got the name wrong. The one they escaped in was Harry. Tom was one of the unlucky
It's all your
tunnels.
fault.
It was discovered by the Nazis before
Major
it was
Zero.
finished. I watched the movie again just to make sure. In fact, I even ordered the actual film from the movie company.
Actual film.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like the greatest name to use.
The canister.
So what should I call you?
You know, let's just use Zero, like we've been doing all along.
All right, then. Major
There
Zero
it gets
is.
Updated.
We'll start over from square one.
Beautiful.
From square zero. My frequency is 140.85.
He loves 140.
I almost forgot. Paramedic is with us again on this mission.
Is this her last chance, too?
0.85.
If we fail, she'll have her medical license revoked. It's more or less the same kind of fate. Her frequency is the same as during the Virtuous mission, 145.73. She'll be recording your mission data as well, just like the last time. That frequency is also the same, 140.96.
Excellent.
And there's one more person on your support team. His name is Mr. Sigint. He's an expert on the latest in weapons and equipment technology.
On weapons.
You'll be going up against some of the world's most advanced
Sigint's
weaponry
awesome.
when you infiltrate the research facility. If
He'll
have
tell
any
you
questions,
basically
just ask
anything
him.
you want to know about
His
any
frequency
weapon that you're
is
using in the game.
148.41.
Mr. Sigint. Got it.
Adam, your KGB contact, is waiting for you at the abandoned factory up ahead.
The same factory Sokolov was being held in last week.
Yes, meet up with Adam first. He's cleared the way for you to rescue Sokolov.
How'll I know this Adam guy when I see him?
You'll know once you reach the factory. The whole area's been polluted by the fallout from that nuclear blast.
Yeah.
No one else would dare come close. The password
So,
is, Who are the Patriots? And Lali Lule Lo.
Lali Lule Lo. Gotcha.
You've been equipped with a 45 for this mission. Be careful, it's noisy.
I thought standard
There's a lot
Fox
going on
procedure
here
was procure on-site weapons acquisition.
The circumstances are different this time.
I could barely
You're
scratch
now on
the
an
surface
official mission
of
for the United States
who are the
government.
Patriots.
It would be necessary to make your presence known to a certain extent. To the Khrushchev regime.
If you
at the very
watched my Metal Gear Solid 2
But
stream,
remember,
then you know
this is
a lot
still
more
a sneaking mission.
about that.
Snake,
if you haven't,
if
that's
you fail
okay.
this mission, it will mean an all-out nuclear war.
You can definitely
keep that in mind and
play
proceed
this
with
game
extreme caution.
without
Understood.
having touched
Commencing Operation Snake Eater.
any other Metal Gear game, because it is truly the origin of the whole thing. I think what I want to do first, I'm going to check out this area quickly and get myself something to eat. Oops. There we go. Yum. And we'll make a quick call to paramedic.
Paramedic.
Snake, it's so good to hear from you again.
Same here. It's been a week, hasn't it?
4 days, actually.
Huh?
Oh,
I visited you in the hospital. You were still unconscious,
very
though.
nice.
Then you must have seen me naked.
Yeah, but you were all wrapped up in bandages and tubes, so I couldn't do anything but look.
Better luck next time.
Let's hope so.
Oh.
But seriously, don't forget
But
that you were
seriously.
like that until just yesterday. In fact, you really shouldn't even
There's
be on this
your
mission.
James Bond
Keep an eye
kind
on
of
your stamina
back
gauge.
and forth.
If you start to run low, don't push yourself. Eat something to replenish your stamina. And try not to get yourself hurt. If you're wounded or get bitten by a venomous animal, go into the survival viewer immediately and treat yourself using Cure.
Yeah. I can see you still know how to nag.
You're welcome. And I can see you still don't know when to keep your mouth shut.
Maybe so. By the way, I heard you're going to lose your medical license if this mission fails.
Yes, there was talk of that, but the mission won't fail, will it?
Of course not.
Of course not.
Good. I believe in you. But you know what? I really don't care about my medical license.
Didn't they use that to force you to participate in this operation?
No, I volunteered.
Volunteer?
Why?
So that I could watch over you. Snake, you're the best agent I've ever seen. But you push yourself too hard. You're reckless. Someone has to stop you from getting into trouble, to make sure you and the boss don't kill each other. So that's why I volunteered.
I knew
mean,
there was a
you
reason
couldn't
I
ask for a better guardian angel than
didn't
me,
do
right?
so well in the first mission.
Thanks.
Stop right there.
Huh?
You can thank me when you get back.
All right.
Excellent. All right, and give Sigan a call to introduce ourselves.
Yo! You're Snake, aren't you?
And you're Sigint?
None other.
I heard that you're an expert on weapons, equipment, and cutting-edge technology.
Close.
Huh?
I am the expert on
Yeah.
weapons, equipment, and
Got
cutting-edge
him.
technology. I'm the guy that designed your trank gun, active sonar, and motion detector. If you want to know anything about weapons or equipment you find in the field, just send me a message and ask. Later.
Okay, and then we'll save right here, even
Do you
though,
want to save?
you know, we have that save beforehand, but now this is after the cutscene. And it'll give us a good idea of where we are. I think it won't track the amount of time it took to watch those scenes. So we sort of have a 20-minute window.
Snake, do you know the creature from the Black Lagoon?
Nope, never heard of it.
These scientists are investigating
Oh,
a
man.
place deep in the Amazon called the Black Lagoon, and they get picked off one after the other by this fishman thing.
So when Mei Ling
And there
gives
was
you a
this
call in
scene
Metal
when
Gear
the heroine is
Solid,
going for
she
a
gives you
swim,
the
and
Chinese
the creature
proverb.
sneaks up on her from underwater. Oh,
But
I thought my heart was going
when
to stop.
Paramedic gives you a call
I mean,
when you
of course,
save,
the 3D effects and It
when
Came
you
from
give her
Outer
a call
Space
to
were
save,
a lot more intense, but
she's going to talk
It
about a movie.
wouldn't be referring to you coming from outer space, would it?
how rude! Why do you
And
say
this-
that?
This is
Because no
definitely...
one on Earth could be as charming as you.
He turned
Fine.
that one
I'll
around
just
quick.
get to the point, Snake. Be careful of what's around you when you're in the water.
There's
Just
a
imagine
lesson
you
to be
swimming in
learned
those
from
jungle
every
rivers and
movie,
you
and
think
that's
you'd
sort
be
of
attacked by a
Kojima's
fish
MO.
man.
I appreciate the concern.
Fishmen aren't the only things that'll attack you in the water. Really be careful out there.
Okay.
And don't be attacking any pretty girls going for a swim either.
Whoa.
Are you calling me a fish man?
You started it.
Beautiful. Calling me a fish man.
Sounds like the Cobra Unit's members' names came from the specific emotions they each carry into battle.
Emotions?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For unbearable torment, the pain. For true oblivion, the end.
Now these guys were all on the
For
chopper
infinite rage,
together,
the fury.
which is pretty cool.
For absolute
that's not
terror,
commonplace
the fear.
to see
And
all
for
of
unsurpassed
your
bliss, the joy.
villains in one spot.
It's another
this
name for
early.
the boss, because of the joy she feels in battle, I suppose.
Yeah, the
During
boss's
the war,
real
she had a partner
name
named the
is
Sorrow.
Joy.
Sorrow and joy. They say there couldn't have been a more perfect pair.
Okay, it's very good to know information. This is the kind of thing that you can just go right into the game without making any calls. But if you want to know a little bit more about what you're dealing with and some of the story elements, making those calls can give you a little bit more backstory. Kind of like what I'm doing right now, explaining to you guys the history of Metal Gear Solid and where we are in the timeline and everything. And Kojima doesn't hold anything back in this game. Like, he sort of answers every question that you would imagine be asked in terms of lore of the game. I wouldn't say, you know, he's particularly nice to the fans. It's not a game about fan service, that's for sure. It's definitely a game about historical accuracy. Making sure that Metal Gear itself, the very first game on the MSX computer, has a game to tie it all together and sort of fill in the gaps of how that story connects to his Metal Gear Solid franchise. A white horse in the middle of the jungle? Seems a little auspicious.
Looks like death wasn't ready for you yet.
Oh boy. The boss. boss.
Boss.
That arm still hurt?
What are you doing here?
Oh, yeah. Try to remember some of the basics.
Go home.
Oh, yeah.
Go home. Gru and my sons are waiting up ahead. You don't have a prayer of finishing your mission. You're not even armed.
Man, to finally do the liquid snake thing in full mocap, it's kind of exciting. Ooh.
I'm not your boss anymore. There's nothing for you here. Go home.
She's warning me away.
Boss. There's no need to prove that you are virtuous here. This isn't America.
Look at that thing throw bullets out. Oh my goodness, that drum mag.
That should stir things up a bit. You'd better hurry.
Oh. There's our timefall. The Sorrow himself.
The border is 60 miles south of here. You ought to be able to run that far.
Truly the bridge to the other side, the Sorrow.
Why'd you defect?
I didn't. I'm loyal to the end, to my purpose. What about you, Jack? What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country or loyalty to me? Your country or your old mentor? The mission or your beliefs? Your duty to your unit or your personal feelings?
Man. They really stepped it up for this one, too.
But sooner or later, you'll have to choose.
I mean, you know.
I don't expect you to
You
kill me.
can't have someone make that choice, but he has to.
But you can't defeat me either. You know me too well.
If he gives up now, he's siding with her, but he
just look at that
knows
bandana.
what that means.
If you can't put the past behind you, you won't survive long.
She's basically telling him, you'll never be able to do it. I know what you have to do, but
if we meet again,
it's not gonna
I'll
happen.
kill you. Now, go home.
Oof. Start the game out with a broken hand.
This is Snake. Major Zero.
I read you, Snake.
I was ambushed by the boss.
You were what?
The drone's been shot to hell. It's up in flames.
That's not good. Enemy scouts are going to come looking for you.
Yeah, I know. But what was the boss doing here in the first place? There's got to be a leak somewhere.
No, that's impossible. The man the boss is working with, Volgin, isn't exactly on speaking terms with Khrushchev.
I lost my gun. The boss destroyed it.
Snake, I know how you're feeling. It's hard for me to believe, too, that a legendary hero like the boss would go over to the Russians. That she'd double-cross us like this. But that's how it is, and if you don't accept it, you'll never be able to beat her.
That's not the problem. In terms of sheer technique, I'll never be able to beat her. I know that all too well.
You've got to do it, Snake. She's your enemy and your objective.
Enemy? We were together for 10 years, and now you tell me she's my enemy?
Enough. Hurry to the factory where Adam is waiting. Scouts have probably already been sent out to investigate the explosion. You've lost your weapon, right? That means you've got no chance of winning in a battle situation. Whatever you do, don't let them see you.
Let's see. Hopefully I can make it through. So first thing we want to do, of course, is adjust our camo if need be. We'll want that woodland camo face, and we now have the leaf camo. And this gives us a little bit of a tactical advantage. We'll probably want to equip our active motion detector or sonar, either one. Sonar allows you to control the ping. The motion detector does it automatically.
What's this? HQ? HQ.
This is HQ.
Patrol here. We have evidence of an enemy intruder. Commence alert formation.
Acknowledged. Sending reinforcements. Use extra caution.
Alright, here's where we gotta slowly move up to the line so we can at least see where these guys are. Okay, that gives us a good idea of where our enemies are. And we're gonna try to sneak right past them as the music kicks in to full effect here. Alright. I think we also may have access to a map, which is important. We're going to try to essentially head up right here, which is that little opening in front of us. Over on that side. So we're going to let these guys pass. This guy's passing there. And as soon as he passes, I can slide right out of this area. Just like the snake that I am here. And I believe we can go right up this way. Nothing on our motion tracker except for on the right. There we go. And the music gets me every time. It's good. Okay. Be careful up here. Gotta watch out for those snakes. Oh boy, alright. Okay. And that's my alligator pond here, which is where I want to be so that I can nab myself an alligator. I don't have a weapon. Oh shoot. So of course that means these alligators are harder to get. Oh, come on. Oh my goodness, come on now. Oh. That should... Oh, he's not having it. Okay. I'm surprised. I thought I can just take that out with a knife. I guess I have to have a pistol. Or some kind of weapon. That's intriguing. Gotta be careful around this guy. Especially. Oh man. Alright, you gotta let him sort of move a little bit. Yep. Hey guy. Alright, no big deal. Just gonna kill myself an alligator, but I guess not today. Head on up through here. There we go. Okay, also I did want to mention, so tonight, one of the big games that I'm playing every week is having a large update patch, which is downloading and installing right now. And there's a little mountain goat action. And I am going to need to end the stream at 10 here. So what we're going to do is get to the next logical stopping point. There we go. That's what I'm after. And then I'll continue the stream from there tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Alright, that's what I was after here. There's sort of some goodies back here. It's not the direction of my objective, but I wanted to come back and get these goodies, which I always like to do. Oops. Here. Gonna need these for later, for sure. Because if I get into some trouble, I'm gonna have to eat. And in this case, I'm gonna eat a snake right now to restore some stamina. Just being around enemies.
Snake, unlike the Virtuous mission, this is a night operation. You'll
will,
be encountering nocturnal animals that you didn't encounter your last mission.
Sort of have.
Some of them are venomous, like the king cobra,
There it is,
so
king
be
cobra.
careful. If you get bitten by a venomous animal, the poison will
If
spread
enemies
through
are
your
near
body
you,
and
that
rapidly
will
drain
exude
life
your
gauge.
stamina gauge
If
because
that's the case,
it'll sort
go
of
into
set
the
you
cure
into
screen
a
and
stressful
survival view
state.
immediately and inject yourself with serum. Got it?
I got it, paramedic. So now we're gonna eat one of these. Snake eater, and it shows a little scene. Just eat it raw, no big deal. Wouldn't recommend that, but you know, maybe a little fire couldn't hurt. But when you need sustenance, just gotta make it happen.
That's tasty.
Worth every penny. Okay. Oh, here's our first. That's what I was after. But I don't have the, unfortunately, I don't have the gun, so I can't attack this toad. But these are collectibles throughout the game that you'll need to find. Little Caros, little froggy dudes. And that's where one of them was, so that's why I went back that way. And you guys are probably thinking, why would he backtrack? That doesn't make any sense. But that is exactly why. So now we're going to have to go back through. And the camera gets a little twisty-turny. Hopefully I can... I forgot that you have free range of motion of the camera in this version of the game. And I don't remember if that was the case in the original Metal Gear Solid 3. I don't remember having sort of a fully movable camera. So I think that's one of the benefits of the HD remaster. So I will have to remember to adjust my camera accordingly. Ooh, careful. These guys really blend in. And I like it because it teaches you what real camo can be like. And, oh, of course. They blend in more at night as well, so this is what I'm after up here. There's a little side portion to this. And let's make sure we don't get bit by this snake here. And of course, we can have another bite. I got leeches on me because of the swamp, so I have to make sure that I take care of those by burning them off with a cigar. It's a good thing I have one. Just like in Metal Gear Solid, you know, it's good to bring those tobacco products with you because you never know when they're going to come in handy. In the case of survival, Snake uses whatever he can. Oh man, this is great. So good. Okay, so that'll restore some life. I should also mention, the more fresh that your live traps kind of have your, well, I guess even this, the most recent one will taste the best because it's the most fresh. And of course, that's very much true to life. Okay, let's be careful as we go through here, because I do believe now we have some enemies. Man, I didn't even use the free range of the camera during the Virtuous mission, which is interesting. I didn't realize that that was an update for this. It's kind of exciting. Alright, and let's see. Oh. Stabby, stabby. Snakes in the grass. As our friend Jason Mewes likes to say. Gotta watch out for those snakes in the grass. Let's see here. We're gonna have to be careful. Oh, ouch! Oh, he got me. I gotta use some anti-venom. Oh boy, got bit by a snake. Okay, so venom poisoning. I have to inject the serum. And I don't think that I have to do anything else to the bite itself because it's so small. So you just sort of give yourself the anti-venom and keep on trucking. And I'm kind of glad I'm able to show you guys like all of this intro stuff in one video and then start the real game. I mean, like the deep meat of the game later in the week. Now you can see there's fruit on that tree, and if I had my gun, I could shoot it down out of the tree. But also, if you shake the tree, you can get the fruit. There's various ways to do that, of course. There may be a little tree punching going on. This guy's sort of in our way, so I have to just sort of sit here and wait for him. You don't want to rush these things, lest you get caught. And I don't have anything to distract him with at this stage. I could stun him with a stun grenade, but that may attract more attention than we want this time. So As long as I'm quiet and I move slowly, I should be able to get to that inner area of this tree. Ooh. In which we can hide. And I'm gonna take a look around. Maybe check our map. See where we might want to go. In this case, to get out that way or up above. That way being right, I guess, or to the east. Northeast from here. Now he's going to come back, but I'm just monitoring his patterns. So what we're going to end up doing is kind of going around him when he turns. It's going to be a little tricky, but he's turning now. And as long as I can go around this way, I should be able to remain undetected, especially at night. Night obviously helps quite a bit for this kind of thing. Well, he is going to turn around one more time. So, you want to be careful here. 70% is not a lot of camouflage. So if he comes up this way, he'll see me for sure. But see, he's scanning the area and he doesn't see me because I am camouflaged, which is an amazing trick. Alright, just gonna sort of slide on up. Oh shoot.
What was that?
Shoot.
Who's that?
Unfortunate, but we're gonna knock him out.
HQ, respond.
This is HQ.
Requesting backup.
Acknowledged. Sending reinforcements.
They don't know exactly where I am. Oh, but they saw me close up. And I was all excited to go super stealth, but we're just gonna get right on through. There aren't that many guards to deal with, so it's not that difficult. Unfortunately, I may have gone back. Although I do believe... Okay, yeah, we should be okay. This actually does lead up the way I want to go. Just gonna watch out for this guy here. Make sure I don't sink in the swamp. I hope I can get up. Come on, snake! Snake! I drowned. Oof.
Snake, what happened? Talk to me. Snake! Snake!
It's our first death. There's sort of a trick to the swamp where you have to move fast enough to not sink. But see, there's alligators on the side, so if you don't go up the right way, you can get hit by these alligators. Yeah, they're hidden pretty well in the grass. Made it through that time. And I believe we're probably got leeches again, so we'll have to... Oh no, no leeches. I was Didn't spend enough time in the swamp to get leeched. And we're back here. I think I may have done a little backtracking because I got turned around once I got spotted. Yeah, okay, I did. That's fine. That's the one thing about not having a fixed camera, is it is going to be a lot easier to get turned around. And I will have to be mindful of that as I play in the coming nights. Okay, so here's where, if I go down that way, it's pretty tough. So I want to kind of go around this guy. Watch out for this one that's hidden in here. And then we sort of have to... Yeah, there we go. I can head up between these two guys and then right on through. And now, if the stamina is depleting, means I got some leeches on me. So we'll sit here for a second and watch the stamina gauge. My life is restoring, so it's worth sitting here for a second. Stamina is not affected, so no leeches, which means we're good, so we'll go on to the next area. Hey, welcome back. The España. I'm actually probably going to stream for another 15 minutes, and then I'll end it for tonight. And then what we're going to do is start... Oh, shoot. Start here from tomorrow. Oh man, I need that anti-venom. Here we go. Okay, and I shouldn't need to eat anything, because I actually have plenty of stamina right now. The trick is going to be... Did I actually get turned around? I did. I didn't realize this while you were gone, Steamed. I found out that the camera is actually not fixed in this version of the game. So I can actually use the right analog stick and like look all around. I don't remember being able to do that on PlayStation 2, which is exciting. But also dangerous, because now I can get lost easier. Uh-oh. Wait for this guy. I still want to go up around the way I was going. Okay, good. He's going to go that way. So that means I can get to my tree. My favorite tree nook. And just slide on in. This is the problem with having a non-fixed camera, is that now I'm sort of stuck in an up-close situation because the camera actually went inside of the tree nook and it won't let itself out. There it goes. But when I turn it on a certain angle, that's just kind of a... It's not really even a bug. It's intentional, but it is getting stuck, so now I can't see where this guy is, so we're gonna have to use something like the motion detector to show where he is. I'd like to know which way he's facing though, which is why I usually go in this tree in the first place. And you guys saw it's a very different this time around than it was a couple minutes ago when I tried this. It's making me sort of want to switch to the PlayStation 2 version of the game. for my tomorrow night's playthrough, but we'll see. I think we'll probably be okay. What I'm gonna do right now is just hang out right here a second. I don't think he'll spot me if I'm behind this tree. And then as soon as he starts walking a little bit further towards the tree itself, I'm gonna start moving. Slowly, of course. He will turn around pretty soon here, so I'll just have to be sort of quick to stopping when he turns around. Yeah, he's gonna turn around. Oh boy. There he is, turning around. I think he might see me this way though. Oh. Okay, let me check that camo index. See if there's a way I can improve while I'm on the ground. Okay, good. Tiger Stripe gives me a little bit bonus here. I'm still a little worried he's gonna see me, but we'll see. Cover of night might protect me. Oh boy. Come on now. As long as I don't move, there's a good chance to spot me. But if I start moving, I'm a little worried. Okay, good. He won't turn around again for a little while. Man, I will say I missed the mechanics of this game. Like, just is such a different experience. Even though it's still the same feel, it is a very different experience than the previous iterations. Okay, so we gotta see if that guy's gonna turn around. It's all good, and then we can just move up to the next grassy area. I'm glad I didn't play this on hard mode, honestly. Birds fluttering, no big deal, but if he sees something moving in the grass, he's gonna be... Oh! King Cobra! Oh my goodness. Got a little cobra bite. Yikes. Okay. Huh? Oh shoot.
What's that sound?
Oh, this is bad news. He's gonna come over and check it out. Hope he doesn't see me in the grass here.
There's nothing here.
Excellent. It does work. It does work. Kojima, you're a genius. Kojima's camouflaging system. If my camo was, say, 50%, he would have spotted me on the spot directly. So, there is a mixture of audio and video going on. So, if he can see me, obviously, I'm done. But if he hears me, he will also turn to look. So that's sort of where the trick comes in. And without a weapon, I can't just subdue him unless I pop up. And that's very risky, because if he calls out, then everyone's after me. Oh, that's too bad. Alright. Well, I've been there before. You didn't miss anything. I'm still crawling through the grass trying to avoid more snake bites. There is a snake up here too. I have to be careful. Oof. Close by. And this guy is walking behind me, but he doesn't see me, so it's kind of okay. I just have to watch out for this snake moving through here. I'm not the only snake in this grass. Oh, there he is. Okay, now let the snake move. Oh, hello, snake. Hello, snake. Goodbye, snake. Oh man, this guard is like right next to me. Okay. Here's the trick now. He's literally right there. Sort of back up. Just ever so slightly. And we're going to take another look. You can poke your head up with the L and R buttons. It's a frog there. Nice little treat, but I am not in need of more food at this stage of the game. Okay, so all we really want to do is get up and around this log. Once we do that, we're home free. So I just sort of have to wait for this guy. I think I can probably start moving as long as I do it slowly. Okay, we're good. I'm going to turn my motion detector off so the battery doesn't drain entirely. And just head up this way. Which I should even be able to stand up in a second here. Oh yeah. Alright. Okay, let's check that map. Make sure we're going the right way. I don't even know anymore. If this is leading back, I'm gonna be shocked. Pretty sure this is the right way though. If I head down straight ahead. But if it isn't, that means this will be the second time I got turned around. Oh, yep. I just went in a big circle. Because the swampland here, we look at our map, leads us back to where we started in on. Alright, we're gonna go back up. So good. I think it's a mixture of the camera being not fixed and actually I'm gonna check if I can even disable that. Camera mode. Normal. Oh. Oh. Okay. There's even a brightness adjustment. But we're pretty good for that. Oh, yep. This is our original camera. Which just sort of follows... Oh, yeah. I don't know. I might have to be playing like this. I'm too used to this camera. Okay, now if this goes the way I think it goes... Let's call Sing in a second.
The Davy Crockett's that the boss took with her when she defected are mortars that fire nuclear warheads. They're named after Davy Crockett, the hero who died defending the Alamo in the Texan War of Independence.
Thus.
Remember the Alamo.
Yeah.
That's right. The
I don't even
warheads
have
are
to
equivalent
say it,
to between 10 and 20 tons of TNT.
David Hayter's got me covered.
Every building within 150 yards of the hypocenter is completely obliterated. But the warheads the boss had with her were some kind of experimental super bomb. So they're actually even more powerful than that. I don't even want to think about what would happen if she used it again. Snake, you know what you have to do.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, good.
think I saw him.
Nope. Nope. You saw nothing, buddy. Shoot. There it is. See, if I know I have to go north, then I'm going to make it north every time. But if I get all twisted and turn it around because I'm focused on the sneaking. So the bridge is here, and then we're back to where we were in the Virtuous mission. Which means to be careful to evade here. And I'm going to have to use one of these stun grenades that I picked up. That should do it. Knocks them right out. Then we get to go across the bridge. But before we do that, I'm going to cure up. I don't know why that messes with me so much. I guess it's just my whole equilibrium. Oh. What's it's deep cut. I gotta search for it. Boom, baby. Okay, we gotta watch out for this guy on the other end of the bridge. But there's a trick to him.
This is HQ.
Patrol here. We've lost sight of the intruder. Going into high alert.
Okay.
Acknowledged. The enemy is still nearby. Pursue and engage him.
He's coming over the bridge, which is good. He's gonna find his friend and get him up. But that means I have an opportunity to sneak past.
What's wrong?
Yep. See, he's gonna check that out, whereas I'm gonna be long gone. As long as I don't slip off the bridge here. Gotta make sure I don't get spotted by this guy. Shoot. He sees me already. Okay. Nighttime helps an awful lot. I will say that. I am actually good at this game. It's interesting how different this is from Metal Gear Solid 2 in terms of the way it controls, and I'm pretty used to Metal Gear Solid 2 right now. See these mushrooms by the tree too? Those are also edible. So if I am stealthy enough, I can cut down some of these as a treat later. Oh yeah. And actually, eat those right now. But I gotta ask Paramedic how they taste first.
I see you've caught a king cobra.
She's gotta tell me about
The king cobra is the world's largest venomous snake. Its large size means that it has a lot of venom to inject. One bite is supposedly enough to kill an elephant.
Oh.
And it's extremely vicious as well,
bit
so watch out.
Twice by these king
If
cobras.
you get bitten by a king cobra and injected with venom, your life will start to decrease rapidly. As soon as you're bitten, go into the survival viewer and use Cure to give yourself a serum injection. The king cobra's diet consists mostly of other snakes. Be careful, or you might end up as its next meal.
Got it. So...
What? How does
How
it
does
taste?
it taste?
Yep.
Yep.
Ugh. It seems you're the one whose diet consists of other snakes.
You're making me blush.
The guide says they taste just fine. Ugh.
Let's find out. I haven't eaten one yet. I think I only had reticulated. Yeah, he likes it. Pretty tasty. I'm terrible at the impressions, but we're good here as long as he stays looking that way. But if he turns around, then I'm in trouble, so...
What the...
Boy. we're okay.
Who's that? Who's that? Ah! Radio, get us some backup.
No. All right, I'm just running on through. That's too bad. Try my best. Ooh. I'm kind of nervous about getting into Groznygrad later. There's a lot more of this stealth action to be had. Okay, we're in good shape. We're back at the original site. So what I want to do is move up the front instead of the back, but I think we've got guys in front of us. So that's actually not the end of the world because they're not going to see us, but I'm more worried about the guys in front of us. HQ. Which I guess it's pretty clear because they all went to go check out the other stuff. I'm gonna get up in here. Ooh. Almost got bit again. We don't want that. Okay, here's where we can go underneath and directly in to where we need to be. Same course of action. Get up. Won't be able to use the action button on that window. But this is where we're meeting. So I want to drop down. Head in here. Oops, that was loud. Most stealthy. Okay. So we won't be able to meet during the caution phase, I don't believe. So I'm going to wait out the caution phase a second. We are almost at the end of the stream here, but I did want to make sure the meeting happens. So I'm going to call Major Zero.
Adam is a spy sent by the KGB to infiltrate Volgin's ranks. You'll need to be extremely careful in how you approach him.
Obviously. He can't let Volgin know he's meeting me.
That's right. Adam won't show up if you're being pursued by the enemy.
There it is.
Before you go to rendezvous with Adam, make sure you haven't been seen by the enemy. Meet up with him in normal phase. Got it?
Gotcha. All right. Just to make sure you guys know why I'm waiting this out. It isn't possible to meet without waiting until the alert phase has dropped. And actually, they specifically mean no alert at all. Whereas with the Sokolov one, if you were in caution, it was actually okay. You just couldn't be in alert phase. Oh man, I miss this music so much. It's cute. It's so good. Okay, so I guess our last piece after this 10 seconds is going to be meeting with our contact Adam, who we'll soon find may not be there. But you'll see as things progress here.
HQ.
This is HQ.
Patrol here. No problems detected.
All right, these guys
Understood. Return to your position.
are all good. And I believe now the trick is finding Adam, so I'm going to call Major Zero one more time.
Snake, let's go over the controls for CQC one more time. Press
actually,
the
that's a
CQC
good
button
idea.
once to throw a punch. Press it repeatedly to launch a combo attack. CQC doesn't really start to shine, however, until you grab an enemy. Press and hold the CQC button to extend your right
So
hand
it's
and
interesting,
grab the
I
enemy.
should point this out.
Move the
The
left stick
circle
at the same time,
button
and you can knock
is
the
sort of
enemy
your
to the
punch
ground.
button.
If you don't move the left
this?
stick, you can get behind
And
the
the
enemy
square
and hold
button
him
in this
prisoner.
case is your CQC button.
When you're holding an enemy
So,
from behind,
in
he'll
the
be almost
previous
completely
games,
helpless. From
you
there, there are a
would
number
use
of
your
things
square
you can
button
do.
to like grapple only.
By pressing the CQC
but
button
now
again firmly,
it
you
actually
can slit his
uses your
throat
knife
using
too.
your knife. By moving the left
So it's
stick along
almost
with the
like
CQC button,
the
you
punch
can knock
button.
him to the ground. You can also choke
Yes,
the enemy
indeed.
by tapping the CQC
Welcome.
button rapidly.
I'm actually about
can
to
either
wrap
render
up
him
here, but
unconscious or kill him
I think you
outright.
came
It's up to
in
you.
time just for this
If you keep the CQC
meet-up
button pressed,
with
you can use the left
Adam.
stick to move around with the enemy in your grip. You can also press the weapon button to use the weapon you have equipped. The enemy will
So,
be hesitant to attack
it's
as long
interesting
as you're using one of their comrades
because the
as a
weapon
human
button
shield.
is circle
Use
and
that
the
moment of
CQC
hesitation
button is
to
square.
attack in first
So you
person
have
view.
this sort of a
By pressing in and
back
holding the
and
left
forth
stick,
between
you can
these
interrogate
two
the enemy.
buttons.
You might be surprised at the
It can
things
get a
you
little
learn.
tricky at times.
But stay alert. While the enemy is
But
nearly
you
helpless
can
in your
take
grasp,
guys as
if you
human
give him a
shields,
chance,
is what he's
he'll
trying
turn
to
the
explain,
tables on you.
and use your pistol to
You can
fire
only
over their
grab an
shoulder.
enemy using CQC when you're using a weapon that will allow you to reach out with your right hand, such as the survival knife,
There
a
you go.
handgun, or your bare hands. You can't grab the enemy when using weapons that take both hands to use, such as assault rifles, or that prevent you from controlling the enemy with your right hand, like hand grenades. In short, you can't use CQC when equipped with assault rifles or hand grenades. You can tell whether a
Major
weapon is
Tom,
compatible
such a
with CQC or not by looking at its icon.
Okay, we're gonna save right here because we've made it
You
to our
want to save?
objective. And then I will meet with Adam, and we'll end there for the night. And then I'll continue tomorrow from this point, which is actually a great place to take a pause. It's at our 3-hour mark.
Snake, have you heard of It Came from Outer Space?
Yeah, you told me already.
You told me.
So this astronomer sees a meteor, but it's really an alien spaceship, right? And the aliens start replacing the townspeople with clones and forcing them to help repair the ship. The 3D effects were quite realistic.
I've got all the real I can handle here in the jungle.
No, you don't get it. Precisely because it's realistic, with the images jumping out of the screen at you, it makes for a nice escape from reality. I have to admit it made my eyes tired, but it was really intense.
So
Unfortunately, they don't make very many
I'm
of
not
those movies
sure.
anymore.
I believe
come out?
that
I was still in college, so
that
probably about
piece
10
of
years
dialogue
ago.
comes from the
Guess
3DS
I'm out
version
of
of the
luck
game.
You know, they're coming out with household versions
Which
of
is pretty
video
cool.
cassette recorders. One day you'll be able to see old movies anytime you want. It'll be like having a movie theater in your own home.
Really?
It's like if you had a record with movie film etched onto
A
it instead of
record with
music.
movie
It'll work the same
film.
way.
You're kidding.
No, really. And someday they might make movies where you control the characters yourself.
Sounds like magic.
It'll happen. Make sure you stay alive to
Little
see
fourth
it, Snake.
wall busting. Love it. Okay, let's get to it. I'm a little nervous because we have a lot of enemies around us and I can't really see anything, so we're gonna use the sonar to ping. There is one right outside this door, which is gonna be interesting. Oh. Okay, I guess that's actually pinging a snake or a rat underneath, but that should do it. We're gonna launch right into it. I'm gonna actually pop another battery in here because I'm seeing I got low battery, so I'm gonna turn the camera off for you guys. My camera, this one.
Sorry I'm late.
Cut the engine. They'll hear us.
Are you the agent they sent?
Are you Adam? I thought you were supposed to be a man.
Adam couldn't make it.
All right, say the password. Who are the Patriots? Who are the Patriots? Answer me! Trapped.
Get down! is your answer? The name's Eva.
Yes, I didn't look down the R1. For the gratuitous shot. That'd be too hot for Twitch.
Plan. What happened to Adam?
What's your code name?
It's Snake.
Snake, huh? Well, I'm Eva. Are you here to tempt me?
Oh boy.
What happened to Adam?
This is actually
Colonel Volgin is a very suspicious
another
man.
one of
He
my
decided
favorite
Adam wasn't the right
sequences,
person for the
mostly
position.
because
And you were.
Snake's about to get real excited.
Yes,
Why?
because I can do things he can't.
But not for the reasons you think. If
I
you've
heard
seen
you
this
used to
game
be a
before, you know what
codebreaker
I'm
for the
talking
NSA.
about. But
I was. 4 years ago, I defected to the Soviet Union with Adam.
Mauser military. The broom handle.
It packs quite a punch. Nice to have when you're on a bike.
You held it sideways and used the muzzle jump to create a horizontal sweep. That was impressive.
oh yeah.
Bet you've never seen that technique in the West.
It's imitation, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a Chinese Type 17 pistol.
Mhm.
Around here, even that's hard to come by. Don't worry, though. The one I've got for you is American-made.
Here it is. Oh yes.
45, huh?
Oh yeah. Snake is in love.
Incredible.
Do you like it?
The feeding ramp is polished to a mirror sheen. The slide's been reinforced, and the interlock with the frame is tightened for added precision. The sight system is original too. The thumb safety is extended to make it easier on the finger. A long type trigger with non-slip grooves. A ring hammer. The base of the trigger guard's been filed down for a higher grip. And not only that, nearly every part of this gun has been expertly crafted and customized.
Blown away. And I'm quite happy to receive this gun because without a gun I had
Where'd you get something
hard
like
time
this?
I grabbed it from a Western munitions armory.
getting around out
It
there.
probably used to belong to one of your officers.
And
there
hunting,
are more where
too.
that came from.
Can't be hunting alligators with a knife. Oh,
You had this with you, didn't you?
yep.
Better take this too.
What's that?
A disguise to make you look like a scientist.
Some BDUs?
Yes. You're here to rescue Sokolov,
Like
right?
last game?
Sokolov's still safe then.
Yes. He's being forced to continue his work on the Shagohod.
Where?
At the lab. They've got a whole army of scientists there developing new weapons. Security is tight, but if you disguise yourself as a scientist, you might be able to sneak in.
Can we get Sokolov out of there?
We'll see, won't we?
Tell me how to get to the lab.
The safest way in is from the rear.
Oh boy, Eva. All right.
First, you'll need to head
All
north through the
right,
jungle.
you know?
You'll come to a heliport used for shipping materials. Pass the heliport and continue north, and there will be a large crevice. Descend into that area, and you'll reach a cave. Move through the cave, and you will arrive at a mangrove swamp. After the swamp, there'll be a warehouse. Make your way through the warehouse, and you'll come out just south of the lab.
Got it.
And just what are you doing there?
In close range combat,
this
a
is
knife can
great.
sometimes be more useful than a gun. By doing this, I'll be able to hold a knife at the same time and still keep the gun steady.
Beautiful.
That way, I can instantly switch between a gun battle and a knife fight.
CQC. So good.
All right, let's get going.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
What now?
You must be tired. Why don't you take a little rest?
I'll be fine.
You'll
Maybe
never make
not.
it in your condition.
It's nighttime.
It's a jungle out there.
Take a little snooze.
There's still an hour before dawn. It's dangerous to be out in the jungle.
Which is
at
why
night
I'm
without a
happy I
guide.
get to end
What
here
about you?
tonight.
I have to get back. I can't be
It's,
gone for too long. They'll start to
It's where I
suspect
usually would work my way up to before saving on a normal playthrough on
Don't
PlayStation
worry.
2.
I'll keep you updated over the radio.
That's it?
My orders are to provide you with information, nothing more. You look disappointed. All right then. I'll do something special for you. I'll stand watch until dawn. Now be a good boy and lie down.
Oh, poor Snake. He's all excited. He's got his gun though, so
What's the matter?
doesn't matter.
I don't know you well enough to trust you.
How well do you have to know me to trust me?
I don't know if I can trust anybody.
Okay. Radio.
Gonna get that?
Excellent.
She's right, Snake. You should get some sleep. Although in your condition, you really ought to be back in the ICU.
Yeah.
Whenever
that's
you
true.
save the game and quit, you'll go to sleep. Sleeping allows you to gain back stamina naturally.
So this is
Depending
where
on
it's
how long
really
you sleep,
cool.
you
Like
may also
actually
recover
saving
naturally from sickness and
gives
injury.
you,
When
and
you're
like not
tired or
playing
hurt,
the
best
game
thing
gives
to do
you
is just get some
stamina.
sleep. So do yourself a favor and take a nap.
It's like
doctor's orders.
Reminding you that in real life you need to take a break as well, which was one of the first games to really do that. Now many games have screens like that tell you, hey, take a break. Which is exactly what we're doing right now. If I listened to the advice of this type of experience, though, I probably wouldn't be streaming. Because we don't take a whole lot of breaks in streaming. My old job was also testing video games. So we definitely only had 2 15-minute breaks in an 8-hour workday. Which, it's definitely against the normal conventions of what it means to take a break. I'll leave you guys with this cutscene, though, because it sets up what we're about to accomplish tomorrow. And then I'll probably send you off to... Oh, let's see here. Okay. Whoa, hey, alright. Well, too hot for Twitch.
What's the matter?
We're surrounded. I see 4 of them.
They look like part of the Ocelot.
We've got company. It's the Ocelot unit. Let's get out of here. Hurry.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Don't forget your gear. Here, give me a hand.
I forget if we actually just get to do this as a cutscene or not. If this is all a cutscene, we'll keep watching. But if I have to do a play here, I'll just do it tomorrow.
Damn it. Ocelot. I'll get past them on my bike. I'll call you later.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Good. All right.
I'll keep them
this
busy.
Is good because she's gonna still make her escape.
Don't go dying on me now.
All right, Snake. Okay, and that should just about do it. I don't want to get into the meat, as this will probably take me another hour to get through, including the cutscene and everything. So I'll leave you guys with this. I really appreciate you guys dropping in. You know, if you're interested or if you're a Metal Gear fan, feel free to let your friends know that I'm going to be streaming 4 and 5 as well before the end of the month. And tomorrow I'll continue right where we left off here. And for now, I'm going to send you guys off on a raid to a friend of mine who's playing the new update for Fortnite, or at least waiting on it, which is why I'm jumping off as well a little bit early tonight. So I will see you guys tomorrow. And I hope that you guys have a great rest of your night. Take care and, you know, keep it tasty or pretty good or whatever you want to call it, you know. There we go. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh no. Interesting. All right. Well, we have another. There's someone else I can raid. I think Summit's playing GTA 5 right now. So I'll send you guys that way. Stick around, support my friend, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Why is it like this? All right. Maybe I'm not. Here we go. He'll be on. Have fun with this guy, my buddy Bam. Is that why? Is that what's going on? I thought I can do like 2 raids in an hour. If this doesn't work, it is what it is. Yeah, okay. All right, guys. It says I already have a raid in progress, but I know that's not true because I never sent you guys anywhere. Go check out whoever you want to check out tonight, because I'm not the only one streaming Fortnite. I'm not going to stream Fortnite tonight because I don't want to go super sweat. I just want to check out the new content. But I will be streaming it on Friday, so tune in for that, and I will see you guys tomorrow for more Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.